But I think the development of full artificial intelligence would spell the end of the human race.
It's a flying object, and we don't know what it is. I would hope somebody is checking it out.
With a rocket or whatever, but incredibly fast, opposite direction. They were too fast to be an airplane.
I'm glad the Pentagon is looking at this, because if it poses a threat, I want them on top of it.
Well, the craft generates its own gravitational field.
You said there's lights in the sky?
The internet has become the command center for criminals and terrorists.
911, what's your emergency? I need help, please help me!
Aliens won't let it happen. You know, that's what we're instructed to say.
Roswell, Area 51. Alien kept deep under the ground.
1 0 1 1 0 1 1 6 3 2 9
Media doesn't have your best interest in mind. The government is self-serving. You're here for a reason. You're listening to Troubled Minds Radio. Broadcasting live from a secret bunker just off the extraterrestrial highway. Somewhere in the desert sands outside of Las Vegas. From somewhere in space-time, loosely labeled Generation X on planet Earth. And asking questions of you in earnest into the digital darkness.
Good evening and welcome to Troubled Minds Radio. I'm your host, Michael Strange. I'm here with your co-host, Frank Pierce. And we would like to say hello to all of you who might also have troubled minds. What's up, guys? This show is live. If you want to be part of the show tonight, it is Thursday night. You can call us at 702-957-1037. The phone number is up on the stream, and it is ready to take phone calls. So if you're into the phone and you're into telling us about aliens and what else? Aliens and the government and conspiracies and how about Raid Area 51 if you're into that? Whatever. We take all calls. So whatever you're into, we talk about all these things. Specifically, the paranormal. We talk about aliens. We talk about the government, of course. We talk about the 24-hour news cycle and propaganda. That's what we do here, among other things. So other things seem to get in the way sometimes, and we talk about those as well. So that's what we're here. That's what we're doing, and that's what Troubled Minds Radio is all about. Mostly about you, because we want to know what you guys think, and that's why we have live open phone lines. This is called transparency. And if you want to see what we think, you can call us and ask. Simple as that. Okay, so the other way to be on the show is to go to troubledminds.org. That's the official website, and click on the Discord link, and you can join us on the show that way. It's also a chat client and is persistent 24 hours. So if you want to join our Discord and talk about all this kind of stuff, there's lots of smart people in there. So I highly recommend it. All right. So we will do shout out shortly. So if you want to shout out, just type in chat where you're watching from, and we'll shout you out in just a sec. But yeah, there's lots of exciting things happening because, well, I don't know. Is it just because of I don't even know anymore. Is it are we just getting more and more stupid with clickbait? Is that what's happening here, or actually exciting things happening? I can't really be sure. Which again is what we're kind of talking about. What do you think, Frank? Is it actually exciting, or is this a bunch of BS?
I think they've fine-tuned the machine. They fine-tuned this political propaganda machine, and they have it down to an art form, don't they? So everything seems exciting, even though it probably isn't. But yeah, that's what we'll be talking about as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what this is about. So That's what you do. That's what we do. That's what you do. Call us and chat, and we'll read the chat as we can. And if you have to be on the show, call us or get on Discord. There we go. So with that said, we'll do shout-outs in just a sec. Again, type where you're watching from, and we'll shout you out. But for right now, that voice you heard is your co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, your co-host, Frank Pierce.
Hello, my name is Frank Pearson. We are back again for another exciting show. What do we have on tap today? We've got the moon. A bunch of stuff going on at the moon. It is the 50th anniversary on Saturday, I believe, of the first Apollo 11 moon landing. So we have a bunch of stuff leading up to that. And we'll look at the dirty, dirty tricks NASA is playing on us because they're up to their usual business. As well, we're sad to say, one of our friends, someone who has been on this show several times, he's gone. He's been deleted from existence. It's a sad day. This guy, you'll know him. You'll know him when we pull him up, but he's gone forever. It's heartbreaking. And we'll do a tribute to that guy as well. And finally, of course, we have Area 51. All the memes, all the stuff going on, and all the propaganda. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's so much propaganda. We'll get into that. It's a fascinating thing, really, to look at this Area 51 propaganda. And we have other miscellaneous stuff as well. Let's get into it. So much to cover, so little time.
Okay, so we're going to do shout-outs right now. I'll put the headline up there. We'll start with Area 51. What's up with Mark Gets First? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. We got DJ and Kelly, and we got David from wherever David's from. We got Josh from Ohio. Neil, what's happening, buddy? Christopher's here. We got Steve. Ryan says, I'm getting effed up for the record. All right, perfect. Just how we like you, man. Colin, Daniel, what's happening? Joe from Spring, Texas. Thanks for being here. We got Ernie and Brian from Vegas. Hey, Brian from Vegas. Hello from Las Vegas to you, Brian in Las Vegas. Neil, I think I said, hey Neil, what's up? What's up, bros? We got Sam from Jacksonville. Excuse me. Ryan from Boise, Idaho. We got Woises. Thanks for being here. Hello, Sherry. We got Alex. Been a while, fellas. Yes, welcome back. And let's see, who else? We got Christopher. We got, who else? Let's try not to repeat myself here. We got Emin. We got, Steve says, hey, Mike. Hey, Frank. What's up? Hey, Steve. What's up? What's up, buddy? We got Steve from Winston-Salem. And, yeah. And then we got, we're, I think we're not going to sell hot dogs at the raid. We're gonna up the game. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but, yeah, we'll get into that as well. And then on we have Noah on Discord. You can actually chat with the show on Discord. If you go to the Discord and show chat, just type it in. It'll show up on the stream, and we can read it. Tinfoil Timothy University, what's up? It's Timothy from Facebook. How you doing, buddy? Seven says, Facebook jail. That's what you get, man. You can't be dropping those words that technocracy hates, right? Like them algorithms, they're scanning for you. We talked about that. Remember, I said not to say that Z word. You say the Z word too much, you get Facebook jail. Tamron, what's happening? Good morning. We got Ron. Thanks for being here. We got Samantha just dropping by. Hello. And there you go. Here's welcome to Troubled Minds, and we're gonna start. What are we starting with, Frank? It's Area 51, isn't it? Let's start there. I think
it's got to be Area 51. How does this go? So a week ago today, it was 100,000 people planning to go and 100,000 people that were interested in attending. Now, a week later, it's up to 1.3 million planning to go, and I believe the same planning to attend or might be interested in attending. So this thing has gone wild. It's gone viral. It's all over the place. It's actually insane to think about this because you have to remember that some of these people, even though this is a joke, even though it's never really going to happen, some of these people are going to show up. Now, we had a caller in the last episode who said that he saw something somewhere that said that flights were being booked, hotels were being booked, people were planning their driving routes, couldn't get a flight to Nevada if you paid $1 million. And I've looked into that, and it seems to be true, especially at that, what's that inn called? The place where they're all planning to meet up.
That would be the Little Ailey Inn. And yes, so they did report on the local news here in Vegas that the rooms are booking up at the Little Ailey Inn for that weekend. So this apparently this thing is happening, and there's going to be, at the very least, there's going to be one hell of a barbecue somewhere. So I'm not so sure exactly what they're serving or where it's going to be, but I think something is going to go down here, and I'm not sure it's actually storming Area 51. So we'll stay tuned. We'll keep an eye on this as it develops. But Yeah, what the hell, right?
It'll be a Burning Man, except a burning alien, right? In the desert out there. A new celebration every year. Now, the man who made Area 51 famous, the guy who brought it to public attention, the guy who popularized the whole thing, Bob Lazar, has come out with a statement on Area 51, and he's saying, don't go. He's saying, don't go. So let's read this statement. It's from Instagram. I guess this guy's an Instagram, United Nuclear Bob. He runs a company, United Nuclear. Let's read it. I have to comment on this Storm Area 51 thing. I do understand that it started as a joke, but there are a number of people who are actually planning on showing up. This is a misguided idea. Area 51 is a classified research base. There are no aliens or technology located there. The only place there was ever alien technology was at S4, which is south of Area 51. So not even the place they're planning on storming. And this was 30 years ago. So they may have moved it. And he goes on, he does not support this movement. The last time someone tried to get into Area 51, they were shot. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the man who made Area 51 famous coming out and saying, oh, there's nothing there anymore. Don't go there. There's no point. That seems a little bit hypocritical. Because if you remember, his initial mission statement was to bring public awareness to this, to get this out into the wild. And now he's saying, don't go. That's a bit odd.
Yeah, there's something weird here. He's the guy that was initially pointing this place out. He's the initial whistleblower here. And so we find ourselves in this weird upside down world where Bob Lazar says, don't go there. There's no aliens or alien technology. But I don't know. Do you think they paid him to say this? Do you think he's taking money now? He's on the take? Or do you think that maybe he's behind this somehow or involved? I have no idea. But it does seem strange that he's saying don't go. So yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later about the landscape. You asked me if there's a hill up there, right, Frank? There's a hill. I think I found the hill that they watched the UFOs from initially, the Bob Lazar, the famous spot in the desert. So yeah, I mean there's going to be a ton of scouting going on, and we're already doing some of that. So we'll keep an eye on this. We're excited that this may happen, and if it does, maybe we'll be there. Maybe we'll stream this live. Okay, so back to the Bob Lazar. What do you guys think? This is weird, right? Because just like Frank said, he's the guy that said, "Hey, this exists. We need to know about this," and now he's saying, "Don't go." Suspicious, no? I think it's a little bit suspicious. So yeah. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, he brings up a good point here that S4 is where you need to go. If you want to find them aliens, as they say, S4. So that's south of Area 51. I think it's like miles there. So Area 51 itself, there's no point. I agree with that. But he's saying not to go. I don't understand this. He was the one that put his life at risk, leaking all this information. He was the one that filmed these UFOs flying over the base. He was the one that brought this entire thing into the public spotlight. So for him to go back on his word, essentially, and say, don't go, I don't get it. I don't get it, because he is the disclosure guy. He's the one who wanted this out there. Is he trying to discourage us? I saw someone said that in the chat. He's trying to prevent this from happening. It seems a bit odd. He should be leading the charge. He should be the one with the riot gear, the bulletproof vest, and the electromagnetic shielding outfit to prevent him from the riot weaponry. He should be the one at the start of this whole thing, and he's not. So that's a bit suspicious. I don't know what to think. This is disappointing. I think that's what I'm feeling right now. This is disappointing from the man who brought this whole thing to the light.
Yeah. Think about that. What if Bob Lazar showed up with a little alien on September 20th at 3 a.m.? Like if Bob Lazar was there, this would be the biggest circus hell since when?
That would be amazing.
Right? Like I can't even think of anything bigger. Like we've had some stupid events in our time, but I just could not imagine anything larger than like if tons of people showed up and Bob Lazar was there. Oh shit. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Maybe we can start maybe poking him on Twitter or wherever the hell Instagram. He's on Instagram. So yeah, let's see if we can poke him on Instagram. Ask him if he's going to be there, guys. If anybody has an Instagram account, let him know that we would appreciate his support at the little alien at 3 a.m. on September 20th. I think it's the 20th. Anyway, but yeah, so Bob Lazar, I don't know. It does seem suspicious. You would think that, okay, so here's the weird part. So looking at the map, so there's a hill on the south side that they watched the UFOs come next to highway, I believe it's 95, I want to say. And so if S4 is actually south of Area 51, then that's very close to that hill, because the hill is south of that the actual runway and stuff. So yeah. So we'll have maps of this. We're gonna pull up maps of this, and we'll go in depth about probably the best viewing places. Maybe I'll get some pictures from the locals, and do some of that as we go, as the days progress here, and this looks more or less likely to happen. But yeah, I mean, maybe somebody needs to talk Bob into being there, because yes, that would be the event of the century, I would think, for sure. Probably greater than. I'm trying to think of something cheeky. I can't even think of something in the same league, to be honest. But yeah, let's get Bob Lazar there.
This is like Rocky showing back up in Boston or wherever he was from, right? The Rocky from Rocky movie. Sylvester Stallone shows up on the stairs, starts running up and down them. Something like that, a famous character going back to his origin. That would be amazing. This little alien should hire him. They should hire him to stand out in the parking lot and just talk to fans and be the guy there, encouraging this whole thing. Like, imagine that. If they booked Bob Lazar for a speaking event on this particular time, that would be phenomenal. And maybe it'll happen. Maybe he'll show up. You know what? I would be willing to lay odds that the government requires him to show up, requires him to convince people not to go, that he's going to be there and he's going to say, this is a bad idea, folks. Don't do it.
You think so? You think by gunpoint, or again they're going to pay him?
Just pay him. Pay him those black tax dollars, no problem.
Like why bother pointing guns at people when you can just throw bags of cash, right? We just print the money anyway. But yeah, that would be amazing. I will definitely be there if Bob Lazar's going. So there we go. He would. I think that's the scary part, right? If he came out and announced and said, "I'm going, I'll be there," you know how many people would show? It'd be like half the people. So there's like 2 million signed up now, right? It's something like that. So imagine if 1 million showed. Holy shit! What a shit show that'll be. So yeah, we're looking forward to the shit show. What's up? Frank on Facebook says I'm going to Area 51. Yeah, perfect, man. Do you have something booked? Do you have plans? Are you gonna like seat of your pants, just drive in like right as it happens, and then worry about finding a place to stay as if you don't get arrested? Because I mean, why buy a hotel room, right, if they're going to give you a free one? So who knows, right? Let us know. If you guys are actually thinking about going and have plans for this, we'd love to hear it. So please call us 702-957-1037. Go to troubleminds.org. You can find the Discord link and get on the show that way as well. But what are you thinking? Is this so? It's come quite a ways since what it's been. Is it a week? I think this is 1 week today, right? It's only been a damn week since we first talked about this, and I think there was like 100,000 people that first committed to this thing. Is that right, Frank, or has it been 2 weeks? I don't know.
A week and a half. It really picked up steam about a week ago. So yeah, it's crazy. It's exploded 10 times as many people in a week. And I imagine with all the quality memes coming out, with all the news stories coming out, it's only going to continue to grow. And that's an issue, isn't it? Because of that 5% of the population, that 10% of the population who doesn't quite get the message, doesn't quite understand what's going on. If I was in this area, I would definitely show up. Pull the truck open, get in the back in the bed, and get your cooler full of beers. Bud Light's in on that too. We'll cover that in a second. But and just watch the shit show. Just watch it all go down. Maybe put some music on, and just like observe the crowd. That would be phenomenal to do.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's tons of good places in the desert to kind of watch from afar with some binoculars, so maybe you don't get arrested. But I'm pretty sure even that's going to get locked down if a ton of people show up. So don't forget the beer. Definitely don't forget the beer. Make sure it's sealed up, so they don't know it's beer, right? It's always soda. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so let's see. We got some comments here. Dale says, WTF is the U.S. starting shit with Iran. The military-industrial complex is off the chain. Groom Lake is a diversion for another invasion in the Middle East. Oh, shit. You're going all conspiracy on this, man. What do you think you are? You think this is... Well, I guess you're in the right place for that. Yeah, Ace, what's up? That's what Bob would say. He says, Tamron says, it just goes to show how many people around the world are so fed up with the government that they are willing to risk their lives for some kind of truth. I think that's the unfortunate part about this is it is tongue-in-cheek. It's a joke. But there's enough, what would you call it, Frank, lack of transparency with these types of things that maybe people are willing to stick their neck out a little bit. For maybe the cause, right? Whatever that cause is whether it's aliens or whether it's some sort of, hey, tell us the truth about, I don't know, take your pick. There's so many things we need to know about that we don't know about. But no. See, Dale says you can stay at the Alien Inn. That's what we were just saying. It's booked up almost. I think there's only a few rooms left for that weekend, so you won't be able to stay there. Yeah, maybe they're going to sublet the rooms. Who knows? Yeah, there you go. Dale says it's all fun and games until someone steps on a landmine. Oh, geez. Yeah. All right.
And again, let's say 1 million people did show up. No one's going to die. There's no way anyone will die. They have to stop this event before that happens. And they're doing that with the propaganda. We'll get to that in a second. But it just can't happen. They can't start firing on civilians. First of all, no one's going to do that. Even if you're a service member, you're not going to shoot your brother and your sister and your neighbor. You're not going to do it. I don't care what you say. Shooting a Chinaman or shooting a Viet Cong in the jungle, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. But are you really going to shoot the guy you went to school with? I don't think so. So no one's going to die. They have to stop it before that happens. They have to do something. And this is it. This kind of Bob Lazar coming out and condemning it. This is how they stop it.
So you're saying he's on the take. He's getting paid. Here's the Bob Lazar Instagram. I'm going to link this if you guys want to have a look. Yeah. The wild world we live in, right? Is so of course I can imagine his phone's been ringing off the hook since this thing happened. You know, people wanting comment and stuff. So maybe this is his only official comment, which he says right here. This is United Nuclear Bob and his Instagram. So he says don't go. He says don't. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So Frank said that this is going viral, and I think that's an understatement at this point, because this was just kind of like the internet joke, right? It's when internet jokes happen on the internet, they kind of stay on the internet, right? You don't see Fox News or CNN or something covering like the Doge meme or whatever the hell it is, a weird dog looking at you, or or anything happening on 4chan or 2chan or 6chan or 8chan or whatever the hell it is, right? Like, they're not covering that stuff. These memes tend to stay on the internet, except I think we find ourselves in an interesting situation, because this one is not staying on the internet. Which, so if you start sagging into the mainstream, then maybe you should be worried that the people involved aren't going to stay on the internet, if you catch my meaning. Oh, tons, like, okay, so I joked about barbecue and hot dogs, right? I'm going to sell hot dogs and sodas at this joint. And, maybe make enough to retire here. But I think some of the other guys, some of the other players in the game, the big money players, maybe caught wind of that. Maybe they're going to try and outdo me. Did you see some of the stuff surrounding this, Frank? I know you did.
Yeah, we can open up Fox Business. Let's open up Bud Light debuts Area 51 Special Edition can. So they're in on this marketing thing. Fox News is reporting Bud Light is now having a special edition Area 51 can, but the best part is they're promising free beer to any aliens who escape the base. And so that's what they said. Screw it. Free Bud Light to any alien that makes it out. So my first initial impression is they're trying to poison the aliens, right? They're trying to kill the aliens with this shitty beer.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had Bud Light in my life. Just FYI. So I can't vouch that it's poison, but I have a hunch that might be. Okay, so free beer to the visitors from outer space. So this is on Fox Business, and this is Budweiser. This is what, Anheuser-Busch, one of the largest brewing companies in the world. And this is marketing, right? This is marketing 101. But holy shit. How about this? How many people have had Bud Light, and would you recommend it to an alien to visit Earth for the first time? Yeah, this is crazy stuff, man. So, have you ever had Bud Light?
So it's I think, yeah, in my, never mind. The black and green design can shows a picture of an alien with a crown and the words, "The universally renowned Bud Light space beer," around the alien. And the bottom of the can contains the words, "We come in peace." Well, the top is a longer message to Earthlings. "Greetings, Earthlings," the message reads. "This is the famous Area 51. We know of no space beer by any other life form which is brewed and aged to be more refreshing." Give me a break. No. Our cryogenic aging produces a light-bodied space lager with a fresh, crisp taste, a clean finish, and a smooth drinkability. Yeah, so this is, they're trying to poison aliens. If you scroll down here, halfway down the page, you'll see the can. The can is well designed for sure. Anyway, free beer free beer if you're an alien and you escape the base. It's not the beer I'd want. Definitely not. No, I was checking out their stock prices. It's always interesting to look at the news, look at what's in the news, and then company's stock price. And their stock price went up a few bucks. So this is marketing. This is a trend. This is a good idea for them. You know, it's up 1% over the last 24 hours. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. But ultimately, this is just fluff.
This is amazing. I'm not sure. Okay, so I made fun of Bud Light, but I don't know if it was free. If somebody gave me a whole cooler full of Bud Light for free, I think I'd take it. You know why? Because I think I could probably sell it and then go buy some good beer. That's what I do. There we go. Okay. Creative Shooter, what's up? That's Tim on Twitch there, says, I think, going back to Bob Lazar, I think he is under duress. Remember last year the FBI raided his home. And that's a good point. So that was supposedly related to some sort of somebody dying or being poisoned with things from his store, the United Nuclear. That's the story anyway. So maybe the FBI has him dead to rights, and now he's their puppet. Who knows? Like, the government has a way with these things, right? Like, you do what we tell you, or we'll just lock you up forever, right? You make the deal, you set the deal, and then you post to Instagram and then say, hey, don't go, guys. There's no aliens there. Maybe that's what they've been waiting for. He's been this would be a sick like a sick long con, right? Like they're like, all right, we're gonna keep this guy around, not make him disappear because we're gonna need him one day for that Area 51 raid, right? Yeah, I don't know. What's up, Shane? Thanks for being here. He says, sorry I'm late. Kids didn't want to go to bed. Hey man, wire him up with headphones. Have him call us. Well, we'll be nice to him. We'll tell him to go to bed.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right.
Unless you want your children swearing like sailors the next day. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a good point. JJ says, boy, they trying to distract hard. The Epstein child rape. Yeah. So that's maybe. So that's going around a lot too, saying that this is some sort of campaign to deflect from the Epstein child molestation ring or whatever the hell's going on in trafficking, or like who knows how deep that goes. But yeah. Go ahead.
I've heard that passed around, but you know what? I can keep more than three things in my head at the same time. I can keep Iran in my head, I can keep this in my head, and I can keep the Epstein thing. It's a distraction. That's ridiculous. Come on now. You can think about millions of things at the same time if you really want to. So I don't quite buy that. And quite frankly, the meme lords on the internet posting these funny memes about Area 51 are not the audience that are interested in prosecuting Epstein for pedophilia and all this other crazy stuff. It's just not the same group of people. You know, there's never going to be any Epstein memes. Or if there were, they'd be horrible. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, no, that's I agree. I don't think this would have to be one hell of a story. Maybe if Bob Lazar showed up and, like I said, it turned into like the event of the century, then maybe you could say this is some sort of maybe government planted psyop. But until something like that happens, whether it's like something validates this, I don't think it's big enough to be a distraction. It is large enough, like I said, to kind of leak off of the internet, the meme culture, and into the mainstream. Because look, I mean, Budweiser's into it, Fox News is into it, CNN's reported it, BuzzFeed, this, that, the other. Like everywhere you go, that's not 8chan, 12chan, and 14chan is out here in the mainstream reporting this shit. So it's it is interesting times, I think, and yeah, maybe we're gonna set the aliens free. Maybe this is it. This is the emancipation. All right, so. Let's see.
And there's a reason for that too. There is a reason you're seeing it in the news. It's not because this event is popular. It's not because this event is going viral. It's not because people think that this is actually going to happen and that 1 million people are going to show up. The reason this is in the news is a propaganda effort to stop the 5% of mentally ill people who do march into the base. That is the reason this is in the news. It's not because it's viral. I guarantee it. This is state-sponsored messaging in the news to stop this event, to stop a tragedy from occurring before it does. That's what this is. That's why you're seeing it.
You think so? They're trying to root out the nutters from the groups? I don't know, man, because I kind of think they all think we're nuts, right? Like all the stuff we talk about, like I can imagine the amount of people that think I'm insane just because of the stuff we talk about, right? And, if you listen long term, you probably realize I'm less insane than you might think. But, it's easy to just go, oh, look at these knuckleheads talking about aliens. They're insane, right? It's an easy way to just write people off. And, I'm okay with that. But like
well, no, wait a minute. No better evidence than the Bob Lazar post. Who is the hero to these nutters? Who is the champion of these alien people? Who is their Jesus Christ? It's Bob Lazar. And now these people, these crazy people, us, I guess, our Jesus has come out and said, do not do this, my child. That's it. This is what this whole thing is. It's to prevent it from happening in the first place.
Okay, it could be. That could be. Like I said, he's definitely the poster child for Area 51. Like, if you think of anybody with that name, his face kind of comes to mind. So, yeah, that could be, right? He's like, what would Jesus say? If Jesus were Bob Lazar in an alien world, what would the quote be? There's got to be a quote. Come on, Frank. You said you were close. My children.
I can't think of it. Yeah, you're putting me on the spot. My children, my...
my flock.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. All right.
My
anyway.
fleet, or
my fleet,
something like that. Yeah.
My fleet. What's up, Philip? Thanks for being here. Carl and Bill, thanks for showing up, guys. Philip says, "Why won't they just knock all the secrecy shit off and be honest with the public? If it's honest talk like this, wouldn't be going on, or maybe it would be way worse." Yeah. Again, transparency, right? It seems to be the theme with not just this, with nearly everything, with the games they play in Congress and everything else. It just every level of government that's public facing just seems to be a gigantic shit show. And the only thing they can agree on all together as a unit is spend more money and relieve us of more freedoms. It seems to be the only bipartisan anything. It's terrible. Steve, what's up? He says Epstein is going to be huge. All right. Have you been listening to Q again, or who are those guys? What's the murmur on that? Are they saying that like all the big guys are going down? I would imagine. Let's see. Dale says that's made force the government into a formal disclosure. This, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're going to go down kicking and screaming before they do that. I mean, you saw what the last disclosure project was, right? We just got a second round of funding, didn't we?
We'll cover that in a bit. 2-star second round of funding. Yeah. Ultimately, here's what'll happen if people show up, and this is very simple. Very easy. I know we covered some stuff in the last episode, what they could do to prevent this. They'll load a plane up with gas, with knockout gas, with tear gas. They'll load a plane up with it, fly over the crowd, and one single plane of knockout gas or tear gas or cayenne pepper or whatever it is, that'll end it. One single plane flying overhead, and there won't be any effort involved at all.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I think this is an interesting time to be alive, let's say. I don't doubt the possibilities at this point. So let's buzz through these real quick. So we started the Budweiser marketing. Is there anybody else that's kind of taking advantage of this, Frank?
Oh yeah, Guy Fieri. Open up Fox News again. Guy Fieri, my favorite celebrity chef. No, not really. Have you seen this idiot's sushi? His hamburgers. Okay, this isn't the topic. Guy Fieri jokingly offers to show up at Area 51 event to grill his radioactive ribs. So Guy Fieri, look at the title. This is what I'm talking about. Guy Fieri jokingly offers to show up at Area 51 event. So they have to make that clear. They have to make that clear to the mentally ill people who will actually storm the base. They have to make that clear that this is a joke. This isn't real. Don't pay attention to it. This is a funny thing that you shouldn't take seriously. They have to make it clear in every single headline. I guarantee if you go look for it, you'll not see a single positive news story about this event, a single, even unbiased news story. All of them are negative. All of them have a negative slant on them. Because again, I have to prevent this from happening before it does. Okay, rant over. So Guy Fieri, he's showing up and he's going to grill some ribs. So this guy actually does go around. He went to the California wildfires in his truck, his barbecue truck, and fed the hungry masses. Now he's saying this is the best image I've ever seen go third the way down the page.
I got it.
He's going to show up and grill those radioactive ribs. That looks like a great spicy sauce. I'd love to try that. Anyway, he's going to show up. He posted on social media. He said, yeah, I'm going to show up and do this. And yeah, jokes, funny stuff aside. But you see all the celebrities getting in on this now. You see, again, just like Bud Light wanted to up their stock, up their market share, up their discussion in the public. So they did this. Guy Fieri, same thing. Who else was, it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Keanu Reeves, a bunch of other celebrities saying, yeah, I'm going to be at Area 51 for sure. So again, another joke, another silly thing, but he's got the right idea. He should show up. He should serve steaks. He'd make a killing.
Yeah, like I said, the hot dogs. You'd probably make more with hot dogs because they cost like a nickel, but whatever. I mean, profit margin is profit margin. All right, so the funny thing about this, now check this dude out. I mentioned this in the Discord, but I got to ask. Should we do a poll on this, Frank? Do you think this looks like I said, this guy always looks like he needs a shower and probably should be nowhere near the kitchen. Does he make you feel that way, Frank? In my opinion. Like if this guy came out of the kitchen and put my dish down in front of me, I'd be like, I don't think I'm hungry anymore.
Yeah, he does look like a bit of a sweaty. Yeah, maybe he's just indulging in his own spicy food too much. I don't know. I find it hard to judge people based on the way he looks. He is a celebrity chef, although he does make terrible. He has this stupid hamburger sushi restaurant. I don't understand it. It wouldn't be in business if he didn't have television behind him, if he didn't have people promoting it and stuff like this. I guarantee there's some kind of deal with Fox News where they've contacted his agent and they've set this whole thing up. Like this isn't just random. This isn't by chance. This is done on purpose.
Yeah, again, so it makes you wonder, right? Which is the chicken or the egg, right? So is it some knucklehead created this and then everybody's capitalizing on this, or was it some sort of psyop to begin with, and they're blaming it on because here's the thing, right? It's not like the world is equal in viral memes, right? It's not like it happens based on the quality or how funny the meme is, right? There's tons of funny shit that never goes anywhere, right? But this is what I'm saying is that maybe they're sanctioning this. Maybe this is being pushed somehow, some way. Maybe this is part of the government disclosure project that includes Tom DeLonge and the whole crew, right? Like, who knows? This could be, because think about it, the technocracy could squash this if they wanted to, right? Like if the government basically said to Fox News and CNN, the mainstream, Facebook, YouTube, the whole deal, and they said, hey, kill this, freaking kill this. We don't want to hear about this shit. We don't want to talk about it. Kill that link. Done, right? They could do that. But here we are where this thing seems to be being pushed by, again, like these major outlets, these major celebrities. And I'm not sure about the Keanu Reeves thing and the Chuck Norris and all that. I'm not sure if they actually said they're going, or like that's just people photoshopping shit, and saying they're going. But I mean, who knows, right? Like again, who knows? Bob Lazar shows up, yeah, all bets are off.
No, I think if they just quashed the story, if they got rid of it, if they said no press coverage on this whatsoever, that shows kind of a lack of nuance, a lack of subtlety. If they do that, it'll be even more. You shoot it down, it'll come back even stronger, kind of thing. It'll go on the other websites. It'll go on like BitChute and DLive, and RT will start covering it, and China will start covering it. So if they do that, they'll make it even more popular. Again, this Streisand effect thing. So I don't think they can just quash it. I think if they did, they'd shoot themselves in the foot. So they've got to do stuff like they're doing now, is mock it, make it seem stupid. Take your hero, take Bob Lazar, and say, no, don't go there. That's what they're doing, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, but then we have guys like this. We got Guy Fieri that's like, hey, I'm going to cook my barbecue radioactive ribs, right? Like this is the shit that's going on. So I don't know, it's called shadow banning, right? It's like we said this a dozen times, we'll say it a dozen more. You go to YouTube and you look at the trending section. Beyonce has 22 million views, but there's a video that has 8,000 views that's trending somehow, right? So it's things, like I said, these things are not equal. So they could shut it off. If that's kind of my point, right? They could make this not viral by just tweaking some numbers, right? So I don't know. It kind of makes me suspicious now that it's growing so fast. And yeah, I mean, maybe not.
That's a good point, actually. I never thought of it that way. Is they could keep it on the internet. They could keep all these posts, all these memes. They could keep it all there, but they could just scale down the discoverability of it. Instead of recommending it to 10 people, they recommend it to one person. So just scale it down, make it seem nothing important. Yeah, they could do that for sure. I believe it. They're doing that to this show right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's kind of my point. And there's tons of good stuff out there that just never goes anywhere because it's not boosted. It's not an even playing field. Don't listen to any of these clowns that say it is. Philip agrees. He talks about it's his black ring around his mouth with his white soul patch makes you think, WTF, this guy just get done doing. I'm talking about Guy Fieri here. I'm telling you, like, I got nothing against, the way the guy looks. Like I say, he just looks like he needs a shower, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the dyed hair's cool. I don't know. It just seems like, whatever. Okay. Well, I'll get off it now. All right. Let's see.
Did you ever watch his show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives? Did you ever watch that television show?
I did. And it's a good show. It is a good show.
It definitely is.
But here's the thing, though. Did you notice he's in the kitchen and he's like dipping his fingers in like the shit? Like they're like, like all the time. And he's like licking his fingers in the kitchen. I'm just like, oh God, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm like shell shocked from watching that show. Because every time I see him, I just think, oh God, he just finished licking his fingers. It's serving you your plate. Yeah, no.
Anyway, in this article, there's a great tweet. Someone parodied that. On Triple D, we're all about finding funky flavors in outrageous places. So when I heard about a top secret government installation serving up out of this world cuisine, I knew I had to check it out. Let me tell you, these guys are mutilating cattle in ways I've never dreamed of. So that's from Maine Clyde. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, Ryan? He says, what the F? Why are we talking about him? Yeah, that's a good question. Why are we? I don't know, man. If you got a better idea, call us 702-957-1037. If you think he's the type of cook that you want, no, I'm just kidding. Whatever, just call us, man. Let us know. Everybody, at some point, everybody doesn't like what we're talking about once or twice. So whatever. All right, is there any more like celebrities cashing in on this that we can take a look at real quick, Frank? So before we burn this one in the ground.
I don't think so. I'm sure there are. I didn't pull any up. But let's do a little palate cleanser. Let's play an Area 51 training meme. I saw this today. I thought it was hilarious. So open up this Richard OTW Area 51 training meme and play this. This is great. It's a guy training to save the aliens from Area 51. He's in the gym and he's training to bring these aliens out.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is it, right? Everybody's jumping on this bandwagon. And you know what? This is pissing me off because this is my neck of the woods. This is right up the damn road, right? We're streaming like, I don't know, a mile down from the little alien. This is bullshit, guys. This is bullshit. This is my backyard. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Play. Action.
Get to him! 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 Get on his back! Get on the spaceship! Get on the spaceship! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Go! Let's go! Come on! Pace yourself. Come on! It's hot. Resist. You have to resist. Come on. You're stronger than him. Resist.
Get on the spaceship. Get on the spaceship. I thought that was amazing.
Oh, there it is, guys. So not only do we have the radioactive ribs, now we have the alien training session. So you can help the aliens escape. Yeah. Why? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Ryan, you seem a little perturbed tonight. What's up, Ryan? All right, so there we go. This is what's happening with the internet these days, guys, and this is what the mainstream is now capitalizing on. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I like it. Are you feeling this one, Frank? I'm not sure I like this.
Yeah, and it's good to have fun once in a while. It's good to make jokes. It's good to laugh. You got to laugh about this kind of stuff, or else you'll lose your mind. Let's get a little more serious now. Still in Area 51. From CNN, from a state-sponsored propaganda source itself. Let's open Meet the Guy Behind the Area 51 page. He's terrified of what he's created. So CNN, actually, I think it was George Knapp, tracked this guy down, the guy who made this thing up, the whole Area 51, the guy who started it, shitposting for whatever it was, and they interviewed him. But look at this headline. Again, who could you target to stop this movement? Stop the Jesus Christ himself, Bob Lazar, and stop the guy who started the movement in the first place. If you corrupt those two individuals, you shut the whole thing down. So that's what they're doing here. Meet the guy behind the Area 51 page. He's terrified of what he... So if you scroll down to... Yeah, it is George Knapp. If you scroll down a bit there, click on his interview. Let's play that. I think it's about... let me find it. Give me a second here.
All right, we'll play this. George Knapp, of course, he was the original Bob Lazar guy. He helped him come out of the alien closet and show us what's up with Area 51 and S4. And he's been a reporter in Las Vegas for a very long time, and one of the top-notch highest profile UFO guys in the entire UFO community. So, yeah, George Knapp.
So if you scroll down to that video, it's halfway down the page. He interviews this guy quickly. It's around 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So play that video and then I'll talk about it after.
All right, here we go. And action. All right, 6 minutes, you said?
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
I got the wrong video. Or no, that's the right video. I'm going to play it. Fuck. Or screw it. Pardon my language. Pardon my language. Fuck it!
Now,
here we go.
Live. This is 8 News Now at 6.
Good evening. More than 1.5 million people from around the world say they plan to be in tiny Lincoln County on September 20th as part of a plan to storm Area 51, the top secret military base. Another million or so say they're thinking about joining the protest movement to pierce the secrecy surrounding the mysterious base. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. If only a fraction of those people show up, it would have a huge impact on rural Nevada. How did this get started and where is it headed? The I-Team's George Knapp tried to find out.
Well, as you know, we've been reporting about Area 51 for, 3 decades or so now. So some of the seeds for this might have been planted right here. Area 51 is almost synonymous with secrecy. And even though the person who proposed this idea meant it as a joke, it's taken on a life of its own in news reports, social media, and in ominous warnings issued by the U.S. military.
This is what rush hour looks like on Groom Lake Road, the main drag into Area 51, as a few employees...
You got it, buddy.
To see George Knapp comment out about this and condemn it as well. Like he, along with Bob Lazar, George Knapp was instrumental in this entire thing. And he's been on Coast to Coast. He's covered this stuff for years. He's kind of made a career out of it. He's been at Skinwalker Ranch. He's been at ECETI Ranch. He's been at all these places. He's the one pushing for the truth. He's the one trying to investigate and find out about this stuff. And that's George Knapp, right? He's in the To the Stars Academy business. He's in all of this. It's his career to kind of push disclosure. So to see him come out about this and say, it's a joke, don't go, it's silly, it's really disappointing.
It's yeah, again, and this is apparently the guy that made or had the hand in helping Bob Lazar really disclose Area 51 and S4 and all this business. And according to Bob Lazar, the reverse engineering of UFOs. Like we kind of haven't touched on this as a serious thing, really, but this came out as a serious thing. Like you said, 3 decades ago. So, but if this is actually happening, of course, this is something that could change the world. But here they are instead. Like this guy, one of the whistleblowers, the original whistleblowers about Area 51 and S4 and aliens and reverse engineering UFOs and this whole bit. Here he is right here on camera saying, kind of making a joke out of this. It's yeah, again, I mean, I think what we're seeing here is, just like I said, there's no actual defined message from the top at this point. I think, like I said, if somebody somewhere up the chain said, okay, pull the plug, guys, this is enough. We don't want to have to murder anybody at Area 51, right? Like that hasn't happened yet. If this continues to grow, which I think it will because it's so unique and so many people are, even if they're not directly interested in aliens as a discussion, as like a thought process and, like a puzzle, so to speak, like a brain puzzle, but it's still like a cursory interest, right? For most people. So I think it's viral enough that, this is not going to end. And so maybe we'll see the gag order pulled and then, we won't see stories like this in maybe next week or a couple weeks from now. But yeah, I think it's like they're always like parsing the data and figuring, okay, probably doing background checks on the people that made this right now, like started the meme and these types of things. I'll bet you this stuff is happening and they're deciding whether to put the gag order or not. But anyway, let's finish this. Anything on that, Frank? On George Knapp?
Yeah, not really. I'm just kind of disappointed. He should be the one pushing this forward. He should be the one advocating, maybe not storming the base, but maybe signing a petition, maybe boycotting the border of the base. Something peaceful, but something that still pushes the disclosure narrative forward. He should be offering alternatives, something other than just don't go. He has a responsibility in my mind to do something good, and he's not doing it. Skip ahead to 220 in that video you're playing, and then you'll see the Maddie guy who started this whole thing. And that's all there is to it. Someone in chat said that this guy actually stole the meme from someone else who was posted somewhere beforehand. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, skip ahead to 220. Let's see the guy who made this whole thing start.
All right, action.
Multiple times over the years, but this time it caught fire.
Because I posted on like June 27th, and it was kind of a joke, and then it waited for like 3 days, like 40 people, and then it just completely took off out of nowhere. It's pretty wild.
Matty Roberts has declined to be interviewed until now, in part because once his idea sailed past 500,000 signatories, he was concerned he might get a knock at the door.
I was just like, the FBI is going to show up to my house, and it got a little spooky from there.
You know, when we meant to keep the secret, we meant you can't tell your friends, right?
Matty says he got the idea after watching podcaster Joe Rogan interview Area 51 whistleblower Bob Lazar and filmmaker Jeremy Corbell about alleged UFO technology hidden in the Nevada desert. That story about the secret base has spawned its own mythology, along with the world's only state-designated extraterrestrial highway. Joke or not, businesses on both ends of that stretch of the road are now preparing for an invasion of visitors.
It's been insane.
Connie West owns what used to be the Rachel Bar and Grill. The name changed to the Little Alien after Bob Lazar's story first broke in 1989. Since then, it's sold ET-themed burgers, booze, and other merchandise. The inn's 10 rooms are booked solid around the September 20th target date, so Connie is clearing 30 acres where visitors can camp and listen to 4 or more bands that say they're coming. West gets along with their neighbors at the base and doesn't want anyone to cross the line.
Just be a little scared, but bring it. We'll do our best. I don't believe that they should be doing this and breaking the law. I just don't believe in that.
You don't think they will?
Yeah, you can kill them now.
Of course.
I think they're doing the right thing. So they've cleared some acres, man. There's going to be camping. Frank, we can bring our tent.
30 acres is a hell of a lot of acres. That's a hell of a lot of people. Like, you hear that word, you don't really know the measurement, but let me tell you, 30 acres, that's like 500.
Yeah, that's a lot of space. So people can camp. So so of course there's going to be some beer and there's going to be some food and people are going to, some money's going to exchange hands. Oh boy, this is too good. This is just too good.
What's Tom DeLonge's shitty band? What's it called? The new one? No,
Angels and Airwaves, I think.
Yeah, do you think they're going to show up? Give me a break.
No,
he'd be breaking his government contracts.
Well, and he might have to answer some questions actually. I think that's probably part of the issue. I really doubt it. So there we go. We're going to have like a festival. Now this is amazing. Check this out. What if this kind of spawns like a yearly festival now that happens in the desert, like in the summertime, and people show up and there's bands playing and people are wearing alien hats.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's what I was saying. Like Burning Man only for aliens, something
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
Is the Wacky Tobacco, is it legal in Nevada?
Yeah, yes, sir, it is. So you can
you
smoke
go.
out here.
There
You can smoke here legally. Yeah, and especially if it's private property and they've allowed it. Damn right. Like maybe it'll be like the biggest pothead convention in the known universe. Let's say. Yeah.
So all these guys, they're gonna be stoned out of their minds, stumbling into the base. It'll be reminiscent of some kind of zombie film because they're all out of it and they're all, let's go get those aliens.
Let's go get those aliens. All right. So Philip says I shared the show to the group. Just a heads up. May get some calls tonight. Yeah, no problem. Call us. We're not scared of people. 702-957-1037. What do you guys think again? Is this we're gonna stick close to this, and I find it a welcome at least distraction from like the Tom DeLonge crap that we're always talking about, because they just seem like a bunch of clowns, right? It seems like it's nice that we can move from one government disinformation thing to maybe another. That's kind of nice, right? We'll just follow their narrative down the path. What's up, aliens in the desert? Yeah, but do call us. And we'll put the phone number up, and here you go. There's the phone number. Go to troubleminds.org. Click the Discord link. You can get on the show that way as well. We had some great calls last show, and some new people too, which is always nice. Knowing you're reaching new folks, that's kind of cool. So here we are. Here we are doing it. And Tim on Twitch says that's a crap load of campers. Yeah, hell yeah, it is, right? That's some acres. That's some damn acres. And hopefully they're barbecuing dogs. Like I said, maybe we're gonna have to be there, Frank. Maybe we'll have to be there. But okay, Let's see. Dale wants to know, do you get complimentary probing at the Alien Inn? That's a hell of a question.
Imagine there'll be some people out in the desert there probing each other late at night, but maybe not the way you're thinking. Let me put it that way.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Is prostitution legal in Nevada?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, okay. So
then there'll definitely be some probing going on. That's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you wanted to go in the base, but you can go in my base instead.
Actually, right. It's it's in non-incorporated Clark County. So we live in Clark County here in Vegas, but so maybe because they actually have legal brothels here still. I think it may be the only state left. But when they have to be outside of city limits. I know there's some in Pahrump and there's some up near Reno, something like that. I don't know, but they have to be out of town, right? So this would kind of qualify because it's in the middle of nowhere. So I wonder if this going to be some of those portable trailers roll up and big rigs dropping off little rooms, little rent by the hour rooms. Dear God. Yeah. So who knows?
This is going to be, we got the marijuana, we got the prostitution, we probably have a shit ton of alcohol, some gambling up there too. We got to go. Just not even for the base, just for the show. This will be amazing.
I'm telling you. Like I said, we'll keep an eye. Hopefully this does. Think about how amazing that would be if this really turned into some sort of alien festival, like yearly type of thing after this. The little Alien would definitely sponsor it just like they are now. So yeah. All right. So anyway, if you guys are thinking of going, call us. Let us know. Let us know if you think it's a joke or if you're actually going to be there, because that would be really cool. And Darwin says, "What's up, Darwin?" Anheuser-Busch cornered the market on this one. For now, they did. We'll see if there are any bigger players step in. But okay. Kelly says, "Send in the lot lizards." And Darwin says, "The end is nigh." Oh hell yeah! Yeah, I got you, Dale. Okay, so yeah, maybe this will be the party of the century right here in the desert. We got a call coming in. We're going to take this in a sec. You want to talk for 30 seconds? Let me grab a beer, Frank.
Yeah, can you pull open up this next one? 7 News. So Area 51 raid, interview with an Australian man who came up with a plan of attack. Now, again, these plans of attack, they're kind of memey, and we'll get to that in a bit. But you'll see them all over the internet now. People making up battle plans. How do we get to the base? What route do we have to follow? Where do we have to move? Where are the hills? Where are the runways? Where should we position ourselves? How do we get there? So people are planning these plans of attack using maps, using strategy. And so in this article, you'll see here in a second, that they've actually made up maps to show where you can watch from, where you can get to the base, what to avoid, what pitfalls to go around, how to avoid the mountains. Now, something interesting I noticed about this is I could not find a single legitimate plan of it, but they're all memes. They're all silly. So I think we have a couple here we can pull up, but it's all like Naruto runners, you come in from the left. The NRA, you come in from the right. The alcoholics, well, you just stumble in wherever you want. They're all jokey things. There's not a single real one. There's not a single real, legitimate plan of attack to get on the base. Isn't that a bit suspicious? Oh, I guess he's not back, so I'll have to keep talking. Sorry, folks. Anyway, I think it's a bit suspicious. I think it's very suspicious that no one's made up a legitimate strategy. No one said, well, it's 25 miles to the base through the desert, so we have to hire these buses. So we'll contact this company, get these buses to bring us here, and then we'll move in through this particular roadway. We'll avoid this particular runway because they have machine gun installations here. There's no legitimate plans of attack. And I find that very suspicious. Someone should have made up some strategy to get in there, but it's all memes. It's all jokes. I don't quite get that.
Yeah, this is okay. So this is the article. It's from Australia of all places. The Area 51 raid. The guy who came up with the plan of attack. And this is what Frank is talking about. We got these weird maps, right? So this is all silly stuff. Come on. This is come on. The deviant art, big and furry artist. Come on. The UK and the Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I posted a couple of images in the Discord if you want to pull them up. Open up the one that says Battle Bus, because that's pretty good to see. So the women and children, if you see that one, the women and children, they go in from the south. Everyone else, they go in from the south. The battle bus rides through the runways. The NRA takes the head on the eastern flank. Taylor Swift fans, they go with the NRA, I guess. SEAL Team 6 comes in from the north, kind of swinging around. And LeBron dunks on them straight down the runway there. And O.J. Simpson and his armored Bronco team, they're there too. So you see, it's all kind of memey. It's all kind of a joke. But where's the real plans? Where's the real battle plans? I don't see them. I don't see them anywhere.
Yeah, no, there's no such thing. This isn't real. I think, like I said, it's going to turn into some like everybody's drinking and eating barbecue and having like a big party in the desert, talking about aliens. That's not. Nobody's going to end up here. Somebody, Justin, what's up? Said they can't dig the base. Everything is underground. And then hold on.
Yeah, where's that battle plan? Where's everyone bring a shovel because we got to do some digging? Where's that? That should be a part of the strategy, but it's not. So. Again, I know that it's a joke. I know that it's not serious, but there should be at least one crazy person out there like me who wants a legitimate plan of attack for this thing to happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because it's not real. This is not real. Like, this is not actually happening. Like I said, this is going to turn into a big party in the desert, and that's going to be amazing. I'm down with that. But, okay, so where would you be, Frank? With the NRA, with the battle bus? Or with the horses? Stay back with the horses.
No, yeah, I'd be up by the horses and I'd be just watching this whole thing go down. That'd be amazing. Yeah, horses, stay back. I'd be with them. Stay back.
All right, perfect. I'm on the battle bus. Let's do this. Okay, so Dale says wait till the militia shows up. Luke, what's up? What's up, Luke? He says they have enough private security to take out many folks dumb enough to trespass. Yeah, I mean, this is not going to happen because you know that they're going to prepare for this. They'll have extra people on hand. They'll bring in military if necessary, right? And there's going to be layers of security. There's going to be people patrolling like the open desert. This is not going down, guys. This is not happening. So, if you have your heart set on something other than a bad meme, a party in the desert, then this is not going down. Actually, they're doing betting on this, Frank. Did you see that? They've got Vegas odds on how many people get arrested. I think it's at 8.5 right now. So you can vote the over or the under, or bet the over under. Whether eight or 9 people get arrested, less than 8, greater than 9, whatever. So there's the UK sports book, like they're in on the action too. So of course they got the sucker bets where they're saying if this actually brings any alien information forward, right? So it's like 10,000 to 1 or something, like the sucker bets, this type of thing. So lots of people making money.
Now again, I'm going to disagree with you because it looks like there's about 2 million people who have interacted with this page. 2 million people in total, probably more at this point, 3 million. If 5% of those people, 100,000, 5% of 2 million, if 100,000 people, the crazies, the ones who actually want to go to the base, if they go, they will go on the base. And the rate this news coverage is going, the rate this propaganda effort is going, I'm going to disagree with you. I think that some people are going to try. And so they got to do something before that happens. I don't know what they can do. You know what? Here's my prediction. They're going to start tours. They're going to say, well, you want to go on the base. Why don't we just bring a couple of our journalists on and don't raid our base. Don't come to our base. But, we know you want the transparency. So we'll bring a couple of journalists on. We'll give them the tour. I think that'll happen. And that will shut down this event. That's the propaganda push that I would use. I'd preempt this whole thing by saying, hey, we'll just bring some people on, show you around. It's no big deal.
Give you like the tour bus where you have to get on the bus with the windows blacked out, and they'll drive you like 20 minutes in the desert, and then you get out and like look at an empty building. Like, yep, this is where it's underground. The bunker starts here. And then pile them back on the bus, take their $20 and drive them back. Yeah, that sounds pretty governmenty.
No, again, but they have to do something before this happens because the way I'm seeing it, the way I'm looking at it, I know you disagree with me. I think those 5% of crazy people will actually try.
Yeah, okay. All right. I guess we'll find out. We'll keep a close eye on this. All right, so if anybody's going, we want to hear from you. Give us a call, 702-957-1037. Troubleminds.org. You can find the phone number and the Discord, and let us know what's up. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about our friend that has disappeared, Frank. Our friend that we may never actually get on the show at this point because he may no longer be available. Yeah. I think we have a funeral.
Did we have a phone call? Sorry to interrupt.
We did, but they hung up, so no, we don't have a phone call.
Okay, talk for a minute. Give me a second here.
Okay, I'm gonna talk for a minute. Give Frank a second. So yeah, that's this is what this is about. So Kelly says, "What's up?" Kelly says, "Don't be so sure, Mike." Okay, all right. I just don't think I don't think it's gonna happen. Justin adds the Area 51 rave to the grave. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it. I like it. I think we got T-shirts coming. We got T-shirts coming. Area 51 rave to the grave. Let's see. Ron, what's up? Says he lives 15 minutes from SRS, the sister plant to Oak Ridge in Knoxville, Tennessee, and 25 minutes from Fort Gordon. If anyone wants to storm any military base, the outcome will be the same deadly force. But again, right? So this would be a terrible optic, right? Like if it's a bunch of drunk teenagers, hopped up on Red Bulls and marijuana, it would be a bad look to just murder a bunch of like drunken high kids, So I'm not so sure that's the plan here. Yeah. Check out. We got taken down from YouTube. Matter of fact, we're talking about some of the crowd control that they might use there. So go back 2 episodes, I think, and we literally got taken off of our YouTube entirely. It's still on Facebook. Yeah. Let's see. Oh no. Okay. All right. You there, Frank? What's up, buddy? Apparently not. Okay, so yeah, let's see. We're about to go to our. Actually, let's look at this. Look at the other Area 51 attack plan, real quick, and we'll wait for Frank to get back, and then we'll move on to the next story here. But check this out. This is I will link this if you guys haven't seen it. And like I said, the Roblox gamers, the deviant art, big and furry artists, the rest of us sneaking in safely, the dwarves, the Russian what's that? Spit and snaz. I don't know what that is. I can't speak Russian. But yeah, this is let's see. Yeah, we're looking at it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like this is the actual attack plan here. The awesome 1 and 2 subscribers, the toys come to life, the Ronald McDonald Army, the South Korean military. Yeah, no, this is not it. This is definitely not it. Okay, so who else we got? Let me see if there's anything else we have here. Area 51. We got the Bud Light we did. The Area 51 guy, he's terrified of what he created, of course. Bob Lazar. Yep, covered it all. Okay. All right. Let's see. Tamron, what's up? Says, not everyone's the same. Some are there for the hype, and some are there for the real deal and storing the place. And I think that's what we're looking at here. It's going to be a huge mix of just what actually happens. Think of it this way, right? Like they have UFO conferences. So if it turns into something like that, you get to meet like a lot of people that think similarly, that have similar interests, and yeah, I think it's okay. I think as long as people don't die, this is going to turn into something maybe, hopefully positive. I'm crossing my fingers. Let's see. Justin, what's up? Says YouTube is dying off. They censor everything. Yeah, it's because that's what we say. The algorithms, like this shit polices you in real time. They'll take you down in real time when you're live streaming. It's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, it's and they've said several times over the last couple of weeks that they're actually going to try and fix this because they realize it's broken. That you could just like issue a copyright claim on anybody and take down a video for absolutely no reason without the actual real entitlement or license to bring that video down. You don't have to own this stuff. You just say you do. It's stupid. The whole thing's stupid at this point. And yeah, I definitely agree. Let's see. Tamron says, I won't be going. Comic-Con is the same day in SA. Is that San Antonio? What's that mean, SA? Comic-Con, yeah. That does sound enticing as well. Comic-Con that day. Okay. All right. Franklin Pierce. Tim says, I got 10-1 on the NRA.
It's weird. I think Discord just went down. The voice server just disappeared for a second there. That's
nice.
A bit suspicious.
They're on to us, Frank. We thought we were safe at Discord. But no. There's no being safe on the internet. Okay, let's talk about our friend.
Oh, yes. Okay. Our friend who's been with us on this show for feels like a year and a half now. We've talked about him several times. He's gone. He's dead. He's over. And this is a sad day for me. He's been with us since the start. He's provided us with a ton of good content. So let's do a bit of a memorial. Let's do a refresher here. Open up our friend Apex TV, the time traveler Noah, took these pictures in the year 3311. Let's pull this open. Let's get a refresher on this guy.
Okay. We can watch this video. Is that what we're watching?
Yeah, we need to see him taking pictures of dinosaurs in cities from the future. We need to know what we're talking about. Context.
Yeah, all right. Here we go. Action. Oh, come on. There we go.
This is a time machine from the future. It looks like an average black cube unless you hold it. Then you realize how heavy this actually is. It's full of technology, and it actually acts as a type of mechanism that you bring with you on when you time travel, and it brings you back to your natural year. My natural year is 2030. Most time travelers use it by pitting it against their left.
Oh, come on. This is so good. Why aren't we stopping, Frank?
Yeah, so this guy, he's showing pictures of his time travel device. He's bringing back plants from the future, and he's going to like 3,331, taking pictures of disasters. You know, he's laying predictions on all the stuff that'll happen. He's playing the stock market. This guy, Noah, the time traveler, you reached out to him a couple of times, right?
Yes. Tried to get him on the show. Got no answer.
No response?
No response.
Oh, yeah. Well, open up theexpress.co.uk, the best source of news, because guess what? He's come out and he has admitted that the whole thing's a hoax, that he was faking it, that none of it was real. Believe it or not, none of it was real. Noah the time traveler is entirely fake.
No. I can't believe it. I absolutely cannot believe this. This
you jumped to the article. That's the video you were playing. Yeah, so it's fake. He's coming to admit it. Now, there's a couple of gory little details in here. So Noah was a contractor for Apex TV. Now, of course, Apex TV has done a bunch of stuff with like Men in Black and UFOs and other crazy stuff. But Noah the time traveler was just an employee for Apex TV. So Dennis, who's Noah, that's his real name, alleges that Apex TV tried to make him and his parents sign a non-disclosure agreement so he could never reveal his true identity. So they're actually running, Apex TV itself is running some kind of racket where they're hiring these kids, in this case 16, and making them pretend to be like space monsters and aliens and Men in Black and all this kind of crazy stuff. They've got a legitimate scheme going on. Now, Noah was their superstar, right? He was the superstar time traveler, but now he's come out and said it's all fake.
Wait. I think you have to say alleged scheme going on, right? I think that's the term, or in your opinion. Okay,
no, this proves it. It's not defamatory if this guy's come out and said the whole thing's fake.
Okay, I guess so. So there we go. There's the actual blurry faced Noah, and so this kind of makes sense because we tried to get him to be on the show, reached out on Twitter a time or two. He didn't answer us. So maybe it's because he was not allowed to from the contract, the child labor contract that he signed with Apex TV. So, okay, all right. So this is like I said, it hurts my heart. He feels like an old friend. We watched a lot of the videos and speculated whether this was real time travel, whether that was a real time machine. But, yeah, I mean.
Now, this story, it gets even crazier. So he came out, he made a YouTube video in his own persona, in Dennis Bell, I believe his name is. He came out and he admitted the whole thing. He told the sordid details. He told everything. He did the tell-all that Noah's fake. Apex TV did this. Apex TV did that, right? So he had a tell-all. And we were going to play that. We're going to play a little bit of the clip where he's explaining all this kind of stuff. Now, guess what? As of today, we had this queued up for last show, but we ran out of time. As of today, click on the show in the main folder there, and you'll see a link. Click on that YouTube link and tell me what you see. That's his tell-all. That's the link to where he exposes everything.
I got it. It's up. Here's the link if you guys want to check it out yourself. There it is. Oh, what do you know? Video unavailable. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by My Apex TV. So there it is. Huh. Yeah, it's weird, right? That's weird. Oh, yeah.
A 16-year-old being contracted to lie, to play a role, and he says, enough of this. I'm not doing that anymore. And he comes out and he makes a video. And it's taken down. His own personal opinions, his own personal experiences, YouTube takes it down. So you have to wonder, whose side is YouTube on? Obviously, they like the clicks from Noah the Time Traveler. Millions of views across the years. Obviously, they like all that ad revenue that Apex TV generates for them. So whose side did they weigh down on? Whose side do they support? Well, it's not the guy. It's not the guy being taken advantage of. It's Apex TV. And you'll see that because they copyrighted his video on his personal channel. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, because he what did he do? He broke his contract.
No, he never really
kidding.
had a contract.
I'm just
but
kidding.
Still, this is who YouTube will support. They will support the people that get the clicks, period.
Yeah, so that was the point, right? So it's like the government and the technocracy and all these guys, like the big corporations. Of course, they support the other big boys. They're not going to support the little guy, right? That's like a tale as old as time. And here we are looking at it again. So yeah, maybe Noah, maybe he can, reform himself. Maybe he can remake himself in a new image and get a new identity. And it's not Noah from Apex TV. Yeah, and we got some good stuff in here. Philip says you should reach out to him now and get the details, and maybe he'll actually be on the show this time. And you're right, you guys are right. We got a couple people saying it, and I will again. He's still on Twitter. I'll reach out again and see if we can get him on the show, because if he's doing the tell-all bit, maybe he can do it this way instead. And if he's here talking to us, and we're not playing any Apex TV videos, you can't really copyright claim us, can you? So I'll try. We'll try again. Actually, let's do it right now on stream. No.
16-year-old vlogger Dennis Bell. So yeah, we have his YouTube channel. I wouldn't contact him on Twitter, because the Twitter handle he has is probably an Apex TV sponsored handle, right? They probably control that account. So yeah, we'll look into it. We'll get his contact details. I couldn't believe that though. Like, he comes out, he explains the whole story. It's actually quite interesting how they've kind of used this kid. They've used him to convince everyone of all this kind of crazy shit. And now he came out and told everyone. YouTube just gets rid of it. That's phenomenal to me. This is the world we live in.
That's good stuff. Not only that, what was it? This is not the article that we saw, right? So this one is time traveler from the year 2030 reveals his true identity as he admits shock hoax, right? They're like, who's shocked? First, who's shocked? I saw another one that said how this guy made the world believe he was a time traveler from the year 2030. Some of these clickbait titles are like, really? Like, who believed that? If you watch their live streams, it was hilarious, right? Like, people would just get in the channel and just spam fake. But they had like thousands and thousands of people watching. It was one of the most crazy things ever. Okay, so all right, so there you go. There was the bad news, guys. So the individual known as Noah the Time Traveler is no longer with us. So he's got a new identity. This is what he looks like. That's his real face, and there we go. Yeah, nobody passed away, so we're not having a funeral like that. But all right. Anything to add to this, Frank?
It seems trivial. It seems, of course, we know it's fake. Of course, he's not bringing back plants from the past, and he's not taking pictures of cataclysmic cities in the future. Of course, we know it's fake. Well, do you? What if there's a 1% chance it's real? What if there's a 0.001% chance it's real?
Frank.
No.
Step away from the edge.
No, there's always a chance. It may seem sensational, it may seem ridiculous, but there's always a chance that it's real. Now, we know it isn't. So this is a good thing, right? He's come out and he's cleared it up. But this is the point: is you can never really be sure. You can be sure enough to bet your house. You can be sure enough to bet your life, but you can never really be 100% certain on anything until you get these details. So I'm glad he's come out and said this. That's good. I'm happy for this guy. And yeah, we'll try to get him on, try to talk about this kind of stuff with him.
Yeah, definitely good stuff. Chris, what's up? On Facebook says they tried sending him back and it didn't work. You can't get back to 2030 with that wooden cube painted black. It just doesn't work that way, does it? Oh, unfortunate. So there we go. There's no other time traveler has been revealed as, what's his name? YouTuber Dennis Bell, B-E-L, is the real Noah. There we go. I always wonder what he looked like. Now we know. Okay. All right. Anything else on that, Frank, or anything else?
No, let's move on. Let's move on to something incredibly interesting. So there's an example. Noah, the Time Traveler, Apex TV. There's an example of hoaxes. Hoaxes in the public. They're interesting. People kind of follow them. People pay attention to it. And what do we do? What do we do in this Western culture? We kind of celebrate it. We enjoy the entertainment. We take it with a grain of salt, some of us anyway, but we enjoy the entertainment and we appreciate it. I think, is that right?
Yeah, I think you can say that. I mean, whether it's absurd or not, right? It's worth talking about. You get some lulls from it, and it makes you think one way or the other. Yeah, I'm with you. All right.
So let's see how China covers this same sort of phenomena. What do they do over there in the East? If someone fakes something, if someone makes up a story that's not real. Open up the South China Morning Post. I saw this today. Pretty interesting. Picture of giant dragon that caused Yibin earthquake lands Chinese man in detention. So a man photoshopped a picture of a giant dragon and said, this is the cause of the earthquake. And now he's locked up for it. So you can scroll down halfway through the page. You'll see his Photoshop effort here. It looks like a road. There's people walking down it. There was an earthquake during this time. And this guy photoshopped this giant snake thing in there and said, holy shit, dudes. Here's the picture. A giant dragon caused this earthquake. So you see the picture here. It looks fucking great. Look at this. A giant snake. It looks like it has some wings in its back there. This guy's locked up for faking it. This guy's fucking locked up for faking this stuff. So here we appreciate the entertainment. Here we appreciate the freedom. We can say what we want. We can do what we want. This guy did a very similar thing, saying, oh, dudes, that again, look, I have the proof here. He's fucking locked up. I can't believe this.
I actually, when I first saw this, I didn't scroll down far enough. I thought that was his image, the dragon there, the illustration. But no, he actually photoshopped a giant snake amongst all this people. Okay, so this is really cool, except he's in jail, right? they jailed this guy. And this is why we shit on China all the time, just FYI. Reasons like this, right? I've heard people say to me, liberty is a fool's errand because, all the powers that be, they can't have it, right? If everybody's free to do what they want, then there's no control, right? And so that's the thing. Well, China has taken that to the next level, and if you Photoshop a funny meme, well, all these Area 51 guys would be in jail, wouldn't they? They would definitely be in jail if this was China. But whoa, what the hell?
Definitely. So let's actually get some. Let's be responsible and read some details here. Police in Yibin, where 13 people were killed by a magnitude 6 quake. I can't even read the news. This is how good we are at our jobs. Anyway, so 13 people were killed by the quake, and this guy made the image, and his detention, the term of which is not specified, which means forever, came after a task force was set up to investigate the rumor, which had drawn much attention and caused a huge panic. So this guy uploaded the image. It drew a bunch of attention, caused a panic, and even in the bottom here, there's a quote. Let me scroll down to it. Despite the poor quality of the digital manipulation, Zhang managed to upset at least one woman who was convinced the serpent was real after being shown the doctored image by her granddaughter. So people out there, I guess these people in the sticks, we think of, out there in the backwoods in Kentucky, you've got internet, you've got television, but people out in the backwoods of China, they're living in stick huts and they're not really up to terms on all this kind of stuff. So some of those people, they can fall for this because they really don't know. They're not, they don't have modern educations. They probably never even went to school. But it's amazing that he's locked up for this kind of stuff. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
That's good stuff.
That's an amazing image.
That's pretty good. It's a good Photoshop. I mean, I've probably been fooled by worse. Definitely. We got some good comments here. What's up, Ron on Facebook says, just makes people look more naive. We should push these topics in the future with facts instead of the new trend of people just spouting off bullshit. Hey, man, we like spouting off bullshit. And then he continues, common sense is the new superpower, as most don't have it these days. Tide Pods, anyone? Licking ice cream in the store? We're surrounded by idiots. It's like watching the movie Idiocracy coming to life and being played out each day. Great comment, Ron. Thank you. And yes, we agree. But we also do enjoy spouting off bullshit. So there's that. Justin, what's up, says, I like talking about space and stuff. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem too. There's really, it's a niche, right? It's definitely a particular topic that, space, meaning that people, a lot of people don't know a lot about. And so even though, ignoramuses like us, we can still look at the sky and look at pictures that NASA puts up and look at some, rover photos on Mars or the moon or whatever and talk about it, right? Even in an uneducated fashion. And it's fun. It's definitely fun to kind of maybe second guess the propaganda bits and whatever. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, you got to think for yourself. Ultimately, that's the only thing you can do as a human being is think for yourself. Look at the evidence, look at the images. Even if you draw the wrong conclusion, at least you're thinking for yourself. You're not just listening and believing and doing what you're told. I think that's important. That's a critical detail for being alive, being happy, is thinking for yourself. And so, yeah, this grandmother thought the snake was real. Okay, at least she's thinking about things, wondering if there's a dragon up in the hills. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I do like the headline of the picture here, the Photoshop. Police set up a task force to track Zhang down after he posted this image on social media. There you go. What is that? Would that be the official thought police? What is that? The task force, the social media task force? Shit. Oh boy. Yeah. All right.
I don't know, but even over in the UK, you're starting to see very similar things happen. People make maybe more politically charged memes, maybe more political jokes and political commentary. They're locked up. They're thrown away. You're a racist. You're a sexist. You're an Islamophobe. And people are doing that. They're getting locked up over there. So I want to shitpost. I think shitposting is great. I think all these memes and funny stuff, that's great. It's fun. It's humorous. It makes you think. And to have that suppression on everything, you can only think in a certain way. You can only do certain things. That's terrifying.
Yeah, no, exactly. And this is nothing other than the thought police. And yeah, you're a xenophobe, Frank. You're terrible. You're just awful. You're racist, and everybody you know is racist, and everybody that they know is racist. There we go. I think I covered all of it. Bam! Take that, sucker. Take that. Yeah, there we go. There's the thought police for you. Okay, so Ron adds, I'm all for drawing your own conclusions and such, but remember, people see what they want to see, so everyone will always draw different conclusions. Look at the Bible. The only reason we have so many different religions and books is because people have different interpretations of the same book. And it is true, right? So I think it's part of the flaw of the human condition, right? So I've said this before several times. It's a theme of this show, even, that people just kind of aren't qualified to make these larger, like sweeping determinations about the universe. We're just not. Like we don't have the ability. We can barely see in the infrared spectrum, like really tiny slice of the infrared spectrum. Like the color wheel and this whole deal. Like our hearing is shit compared to dogs. Our eyesight is shit compared to eagles. You know what I mean? Like we're kind of nothing. Like we can think, sure, but we do still kind of see what we want to see, and that is so limited, unfortunately, that here we are, a bunch of knuckleheads on the internet talking about wacky shit. So I'll speak for myself.
Yeah, that brings me back to that image that we showed. You thought it was a beach with beautiful stars in the sky and the waves rolling in. It was just the underside of a car, right? So again, that was the point, is we can see the same thing and take different conclusions. That's not bad, though. That's not bad at all, because maybe one person is inspired by his misrepresentation. Maybe someone thinks that something works in a way that it doesn't, and he goes to prove it, he goes to study it, and he learns that he's wrong, and then he's actually advancing human knowledge, right? So even being wrong can be a good thing. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. And Larry, what's up? Larry on Facebook adds, freedom to shitpost. America. There it is. And we're allowed to do that here, so we can do that here. Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay to be serious and also have some fun. So hopefully we do a little bit of both. So all right. Should we get serious? Okay. Kelly says you're not using your mind and senses there correctly, Mike. Okay. Tell me how I should, because I've been waiting for this. Somebody please tell me how to do this right. Okay. All right. I just I think that I think as humans we that's my opinion, and I think it's because that like I said, it's our vision and our mind can elevate us to new levels, right? Like it is a new form of evolution, like a logical evolution, right, within ourselves, each individual. Because if you wait for the society to bring you to that point, what do we get? We get the same shit that we've been talking about We get the same 24-hour news cycle. We get the same propaganda. So I think it has to be an individual journey. So I don't think there's really one way you can tell somebody how to figure it out. So anyway, think for yourself.
Yeah, no, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that's the way the majority of inventions were discovered. People mixing random shit together. Oops, I made concrete. Look at that. Or people doing random, oops, I made a windmill, all this kind of stuff. It's people trying to do one thing, they discover something else, and they invent something purely by accident. That happens all the time. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, it does. And that's how things are done. Yeah, definitely. Darwin wants to know if Troubled Minds is going to have a booth at the Area 51 raid. Hey, man, it's going to be... Look for the sign that says hot dogs here. That'll probably be us. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on this, and there's a possibility if this is going to go down for some sort of festival in the desert that I will be there. All right? I've already arranged for a cameraman. It's a go, Frank. So we'll be there. We'll be able to...
Oh, you got our special correspondent ready to go?
Exactly. I did get our special correspondent lined up. So we have a plan. If this is really going to go down, I will really be down there. So far enough away that I don't get arrested. Hopefully with some binoculars, some night vision, a cameraman, doing some interviews. So we'll see. We're going to keep an eye. Who knows? Maybe they shut the entire area down and don't let anybody in. So as
we were saying that earlier. I'm sorry to interrupt it. They could roll in those Stingray devices, so when the president rides into town, they have those Stingray devices set up to control your wireless communications. We've covered that in the past. And they can shut down the whole area. They can say cell phone signals, no way, goodbye. So they could shut down live streaming, shut down photographs, shut down any live uploads if they so chose, just with these Stingray devices.
Yeah, and that could be the case. So I guess we'll find out. What's up, DMT Hero 13 on Mixer? We see you. Thanks for showing up. And Darwin wants little green hot dogs. Okay, all right, you sicko. Okay, Rob adds, life in general is entertainment. People take life way too seriously. Chaos is more fun than leading this spoon-fed into life. Yeah, and agree with you 100%, Frank. There you go. Everybody agrees with you, Frank. Everybody always agrees with Frank, except for me. That's my job to not agree with Frank. Okay, so where do we go from here?
Okay, someone, in case you haven't joined our Discord, people post cool shit in there all the time. Now, this next video will play. Someone said they wanted to talk about space. They like talking about space, so we're going to play this video. It's not really conspiratorial. It's not really, nothing to do with aliens. It's just amazingly cool. And someone posted this in the Discord, so if you want this kind of stuff before we talk about it, please join. You can see it. Now, I'll have to find out who posted this in a second, but it's this Project Orion nuclear propulsion video. Have you seen this? Did you click on this?
I didn't. Where is it? Can you look it up?
It's I put it in the things, but I'll give you another link for it. So this is an alternative to rocket engines. This is what they were planning to do in the past to propel stuff into space, dropping small nuclear explosions behind a rocket. And that buffeting force of those small nuclear explosions would propel this thing forward. So we talk about space in the show. We talk about space technologies. This is amazing. So this is from the 1950s. They're dropping nukes behind a rocket to push it up into the air. This is phenomenal. We got to play that.
All right. There it is. Link in it so you can check it out full screen. But here we go, action. All right. So this is Project Orion nuclear propulsion. Looks like something what is that? It's taken off. What the hell is this, Frank? What are we looking at? Looks like something in the desert.
It's a ship of some kind, and they're behind it to propel it into the air.
Okay, so we're nuking shit to propel it. All right. Hey, man, you don't figure shit out unless you try some shit. So here's one example of that. And we're gonna link it. There it is. Ryan thinks that Area 51 is gonna happen. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it'll definitely happen. I mean, there's so many crazies out there. Yeah, so this is just the initial stages. It'll get to the good stuff in about 30 seconds. Anyway, so this is a way they were planning to, instead of a rocket engine, instead of a propeller, this is an alternative form of thrust, an alternative way to propel things into the air. And that's to drop bombs behind it, let the bombs off, and that shockwave will push it forwards. This is amazing for the 1950s.
Yeah, and all right, so they're launching. Oh shit! There's a big explosion finally. Okay, so it's propelling this thing into Does this make orbit? Is this Project Orion?
No, of course not.
This. Of course. What do you mean? Of course not. If you have enough of a right, like a bullet type thing, right? Like you put the nuke in like a narrow canister, you could get yourself into orbit, right? You can drop a couple nukes and, nuke-proof canister, you're good to go. If anybody wants scientific help with any projects, just contact me, troublemensradio@gmail. Nuke-proof canister, roll it. All right. You all right?
Yeah, this thing, I'm enamored by this. It's like you're taking steps into the air. Explosion, you move up a bit. Explosion, you move up a bit. So talking about mistakes, talking about stupid things, clearly this is one of them. If you wait until 2 minutes, you'll really see it going. There's a good clipper right around 2 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. So this thing takes off, and then there's like an explosion every second or second and a half, and it's just propelling it into the sky, which is kind of cool. Hey, look, that was pretty responsible. Then they have a parachute on the thing, so it's not gonna land and kill somebody. Hey, how about that? The government's not trying to kill us. All right, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. All right, yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Ron says it works better in space with no gravity or air resistance. Well, okay. Okay. I believe you. I've never been to space. Justin, a ship as big as the Empire State Building and use nukes as boosters. Yeah, right. It seems plausible. It seems like this is something that might work, or not. Yeah, I did link.
Oh yeah, in space, it definitely would. I think they're even planning to still do that. So drop out little tiny bombs and propel the thing forward instead of using rockets. Pretty cool. Pretty amazing. Talking about space, talking about going to the stars. Do we want to bring this up, or are we going to never talk about it again?
I think we should just bring it up real quick, just to drop it in here for the folks that really give a shit about To the Stars Academy, and the thing that what they just do. They just did 6 episodes of Unidentified, and they gave us a whole bunch of new information, didn't they? Or not? And
a whole bunch of new information.
Yeah.
What a horrible. Okay, I gotta vow to stop talking about this stupid show. Anyway, let's open up this tweet from To the Stars Academy. We've opened a second round of funding for our investors looking to join us as we sharpen our focus on projects likely to lead to the commercial viability while also pushing human capability forward. Well, that sounds amazing. So remember, when these hucksters, in my opinion, when these hucksters first came out, they said, we're going to invent a spaceship. We're going to use alien technology. We're going to do all these amazing things. And of course, all we got is a terribly written novel, Secret Machines. And then we got that Unidentified show on the History Channel. No technology, no commercial viability, nothing like that. So they've opened a second round of funding. They made a couple of million on the first round, and now they're looking for more money. So here's my question. Are you going to invest this time around? Knowing their track record, knowing all this stuff they've released, are you going to give them money?
No, I shit posted them all over Twitter. No, Frank, no. I wouldn't give these hucksters, in your opinion, a penny. I wouldn't do that. I think attaching a nuke to the penny and trying to launch it into orbit would be a lot more fun. No, absolutely not. They're not getting any of my money. They've continued to not impress me with every single thing they've done to this point, and so, all right, it's time for them to put up or shut up. Asking for more money isn't the way to do it. And yeah, there we go. So in case anybody wants to burn some money, make sure that you're aware the second round of funding is for investors looking to join. To the Stars Academy is open. Yeah, investors. So when you invest in something, isn't there a chance of a return is why you invest, right? So what do you get if you invest to the stars? Do you get your own alien or something?
I have no idea. I don't even think it does work in that traditional stock way. So I think the market cap on this is there's 5 million in total between the two rounds. And I think a lot of people would imagine that having one share out of 5 million in money, having one of those shares of an alien spaceship, which will eventually cost $1 trillion, would be profitable. But they're never going to give you a dividend. They're never going to pay you back. They're never going to do anything. This is in my opinion, this is a scam. It's ridiculous. And so I don't even know why anyone would give them money. They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything at all. So this is Like, how is this being allowed? How are they allowing this to go on? It doesn't make any sense. This is worse than those preachers who try to raise money to buy a new jet or all this kind of stuff. This is worse than that. And people are celebrating this and liking it. They're sharing it. It's disgusting.
I was about to say the exact same thing before you said it. This is kind of like snake oil at its finest, right? So like you get some water from the hose and you put it on the internet and say it came from the Holy Land and the Jordan River, and bam, some desperate person buys it for I don't know, way too much money, and unfortunately that shit's allowed and legal, right? And so here we are in the same instance. Like, if it's an investment, again, should you get a dividend? I think you should at some point. Oh boy, I don't know. Okay, there you go.
No, imagine.
Go ahead.
Pardon me for interrupting. Imagine how different this would be if they just reframed it a little bit. Here is a video of this small anti-gravity device we've developed. Please invest money. Hey, you do that. You show me the video of what you've been working on. This very small, very simple anti-gravity device. Give them money. I would give them a ton of money. But they don't have that, do they? They don't have any of this technology. They don't have anything. Because if they did, they would have showed it. They would have showed it on the show. They would have made a tweet. Look at this example of our new technology. They would have done something. They're just expecting money based on goodwill. I don't even understand. But imagine that if they had actually shown a device. I'd give them money, no problem.
Yeah, no, exactly. If they showed anything, if they actually took any sort of forward step toward some sort of actual disclosure, right? Like, people would be interested. Like, it boggles my mind that people that are interested in this and have seen their series. Like what the hell? Like, okay, you got your shot. Here's your 6 episodes on the History Channel. The media hyped this shit out of it. You got tons of free boosting from that, right? Like they were definitely pushing it really hard. So now, all right, you got your shot. You made your money, right? You made some money, right? You had to have. But we still didn't get one single nugget of anything new. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most. Like, you got to drop something, right? Something, anything. But I don't know, like, people are still backing them. There's like an entire, like, on Reddit, there's like an ATIP subreddit. And the people are just Kool-Aid drinkers, in my opinion. Sorry if you're listening and visit that subreddit, but, like, explain to me what I'm missing, right? I think that's the key here. I'm open to believing it, because here we are talking about being open to believing aliens exist, right? And maybe they're influencing our politics here on Earth. We've talked about stuff like that, and that's off the chain, right? That's crazy stuff. But maybe it's happening. We're open to that. But holy crap, if I'm wrong about To the Stars, would somebody please call me and tell me? 702-957-1037. If not, we'll stop talking about it for a little while until they piss us off again. And then we'll bring it up. But yeah, all right. Join the Discord. Get on Discord. You can go and show that way as well. Troubleminds.org. Click the Discord link on the top, and there it is. Well, yeah. There we go.
Let's move on. Let's move on to something kind of related to this. I put a Facebook link in the main folder there. Why don't you open that up? So To the Stars needs millions of dollars to make their alien spaceship. They need millions upon millions, and they need these rounds of funding. Well, guess what? You can just go on Facebook and buy a UFO right now. Look at this. You see this thing? 1975 UFO Star Traveler for sale. I have a vintage 1975 UFO Star Traveler. Great beginner ship. Took people to Gropplebee's for years. Tops out around light speed. Space tune set for 6,000 pounds of boost. Can handle more than a few dings and dents from accidents in Roswell. Must meet at Area 51 for exchange. It's been in storage since 1983. Any questions? Please ask. No trades. No trades. Best offer. $150K. Well, there you go, To the Stars. Just buy this thing.
There it is. So, yeah. So why would you, exactly. Maybe there should be a GoFundMe to buy this damn UFO. What do you think? I like it. I have a vintage 1975 UFO Star Traveler. I like the black and white photo, too. It kind of leads to the, the ambiance of the situation here. It's definitely vintage. Jesus. Okay. No, here we go. Hold on. Ron says aliens do exist, Mike. I'm not saying that, right? Did you hear what I said? Aliens pulling strings in the government, right? Like, that's a little out there. Aliens exist, of course. Of course. Right? Alien life, of course. What level? I think that's debatable. But like, you push it to another level and another level and another level, and pretty soon it gets out there, and people think you're nuts to even consider the possibility. That's what I mean. That's all. Anyway, so we buying this, Frank, or what?
Yeah, okay. Well, it says we have to meet. Look at the final line. Must meet at Area 51 for exchange. So we've got to show up to this march and go there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we got Darwin's pushing for the meetup, the Area 51 meetup. He wants to go 9:20. Oh boy! All right, so yeah, there we go. There's Area 51. You can buy your own UFO. We can pick it up there, I guess. We got to crowdfund 150K by then, guys. Don't worry, it's only 150. It's not like what's To the Stars asking for, like $1 billion or something.
Yeah, 3 million, I believe.
3 million. Okay, all right, whatever. Yeah, Darwin says, imagine if you paid for that. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit. Well, I'll post a link if you guys want to. Maybe. I already did. If you want to buy it yourself, you go. Let us know. We want a ride. We at least want a video of the ride. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what else we got, Frank? How you feeling tonight?
What else do we have? Let's actually save the moon stuff for Sunday because it's more in time. Let's open up this one from the EdinburghNews.scotsman.com. Watches a trio of spinning top UFOs appears over the south of Edinburgh. So this video is pretty good. Let's play it. Yeah, just play it. Trio of spinning UFOs.
Did you say Edinburgh correctly? I think you
I
had
don't
like
know, I think so.
You had that Edinburgh. I can't even do it. That's amazing. All right, I'm trying to find this. Here we go. The Edinburgh News. See, I said it wrong. All right, here we go. We're gonna watch this. Here's more UFOs. Here's some actual UFOs for you. So linking it, and we'll play the video in just a sec. Here we go. There we go. There's the link. We're gonna have there we go.
So the man who wanted to remain anonymous told the news that he had filmed these objects for a minute and they disappeared up into the clouds. They appeared bigger and clearer in reality. And that's always something you have to remember is when you film something with a shitty camera on your phone, you're not getting a good image. You may think you are. It's good for selfies. It's good for Instagram posts of your ass, but it's not good for UFOs in the sky. So eyes are always better. Anyway, he says he saw these things up there. They were spinning on themselves. You could see it clearly with the naked eye. They were spinning like tops. Drones don't do that. And if you actually look at this video, zoom in on it, it's pretty compelling.
Yeah, okay, we're going to watch this. I'm going to take this question real quick from Kelly before I play this. I've linked this video if you guys want to check it out. Kelly says, why would that be hard to believe, Mike? If you go by all these stories around the world, these species don't leave, and they're gods of these religions. Why would you leave when you control everything? That's not what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that it's so like off the rails to conceive of the thought of this as possible, right? Aliens pulling, actually controlling our governments in the world and from the shadows. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you bring it up to most normal people, they'll think you are batshit insane. That's what I'm talking about. So it's not. It's like it's the what would you call it there, Frank? It's the off the rails to like most of the world. That's all. Like I said, we've talked about it seriously, and I take it seriously because who knows? Who actually knows what's happening? I think that's the problem, right? There's so much information, and so many people make so many claims, and yeah. So again, it's not. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's kind of a cultural momentum with this kind of stuff, isn't there? With 100 years ago, you said there were aliens out there somewhere in space. People would say, "Fuck no, there's not." Now, I think most people accept that somewhere in the galaxy, there's probably life somewhere. Even on Mars, they're saying there's bacteria growing on salty pools on Mars. They're technically aliens. And it's the same thing. If you say they're in the government, if you say they're here on Earth, well, most people don't believe that right now, but maybe 50 years from now. I go back to that video with the guy. Remember that video with the guy with his nicotinating membrane on his eyelids? Looked like a lizard eyelid closing. We had that on video. We've had, I think Kelly even said he's seen people do that in person. David Icke and his lizard men, the Queen of England is a reptilian. I can buy this stuff. I really can. So it just depends who you talk to and how much evidence you have available. But that video of that guy's eye, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's my point. So it's not. It's so far off the rails to like the normal world. That's all. That's what I'm saying. And you're right. Like Kelly adds, who says they are normal, right? Like those people of the world. I agree 100%. But if you don't want to end up ostracized from your community or from your family or from your work or whatever, right? Like I'm sure most of you don't show up first thing Monday morning, the water cooler trying to talk about aliens to people at work, right? That's what I'm saying. So not that it's something you shouldn't talk about. It's something that people will raise their eyebrows and go, "What the F is with this weirdo?" That's all. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's here we go. Let's watch this trio of spinning tops. Say this correctly one more time, Frank. The Edinburgh News is what I said. I think you had the
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Okay. All right. I believe you.
I don't know.
Action.
I was just putting on an accent. This is a pretty neat video, though.
All right. We're watching. All right. So we got white clouds. Nice day. Oh, what the hell was that? This video is muted, by the way, but the sounds are still coming through. That's amazing. Hacks. Okay, so they zoom into the clouds here, and we see there's definitely some black spots floating up there. Like, oh, okay, it looks like maybe something just flew by in the middle there. I count at least two, maybe a third just buzzed by.
Mate, that's weird as fuck.
Weird as fuck. Says the man.
Yeah, you don't see it until about 40 seconds, but there's definitely three of them. And,
Is it
again, this is the
drones?
problem with cameras.
No, don't think so.
Yeah, you need a telescope.
They're spinning round.
Yeah, there you go. Over on the left side. There's one in the middle too, and one kind of buzzed by. Again, I've linked this if you guys want to check it out on full screen later. And yeah.
Sky. Looks like a small UFO.
Where have they gone?
So think about it this way, right? It was weird enough for them to pull out a camera and record. Like, how many times during the day do you pull out a camera and record the sky because something weird happened? So there's that. Right? Am I right? Hold on.
1974 UFO Star Traveler up in the sky. So there you go. There's a flight test. I guess someone was testing this out, and they've flown it back to Area 51.
Yeah, I guess so. Michael wants to know if we're going to Area 51. Clapping cheeks. Hashtag clapping cheeks. Maybe. That's part of the meme too, right? Everybody's going to bust in and have sex with aliens. What's clapping cheeks mean? I'm old. I don't know what that means. All right, so, okay. Let's see. I don't know. Good comments. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Is this? How about this particular one, Frank? Is there anything there? There we go. There's a still of the UFOs are spotted in the skies above Edinburgh, and the man wanted to remain anonymous. So, okay. And he says if you watch it in 4K on his TV, you can see it in more detail. But there were definitely things in the sky, whatever they were. We've talked about fakes before, so you always have to consider that. But maybe these are not. Maybe this is the real deal. I would be willing to believe it. And hopefully we see some more from this. Yeah.
It continues to surprise me how often these videos come up. And not only of UFOs, of ghosts, of weird shit, of like Bigfoot. It continues to surprise me how many of them there are. If you go on YouTube, again, sort by like this week and most recent and under 2 minutes, there's a slew of them. Some of them are clearly fake. Some of them are, well, suspicious. Some of them are very compelling. And so things like this, I looked at that and, you take this guy for his word. He wanted to remain anonymous. That's an important point to this case. You take this guy for his word and there's UFOs up there. So it continues to surprise me. We think of UFOs as a dime a dozen. Oh, we'll never see one. They're rumored to be around, but that's about it. But if you go on YouTube, you'll see these things all the fucking time. So I think there is a big shift happening now, and then people are starting to realize that with the power of the internet, they can get this stuff out there. They can share this stuff around. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's just so much of it. So the world isn't as safe. It isn't as understood as you think. I guess that's my point.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a recurring theme of the show, that there's stuff out there that nobody wants to tackle, nobody wants to touch, and it's taboo. And like I said, you don't go 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday at the water cooler trying to talk to your boss about UFOs. It just doesn't work that way. Again, unless they're super cool, they're going to think you're nuts. Justin, what's up? Said, you should see the picture I posted on UFOs on Mars. The rover saw a few things that are clearly fine. Yeah, we've talked about those. We've actually showed those photos. There's like a light kind of hovering above the Martian surface there. And like the time lapse shows that it was there and then it wasn't there. So it's changing. It's not It's not. It doesn't appear to be some sort of Photoshop. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. How you feeling, Frank? So we got like 10 minutes left or so. What do you think?
You had a great story in here. Why don't we pull that up? The flamethrower drone. I think we need to hear about this.
Yes. Let's hear about that. All right. I saw this and I couldn't pass this up. I thought you guys would love to see this shit. All right, here we go. This is from taskandpurpose.com. I've never heard of it, but good enough for me. It doesn't even have to be something you heard of. So that means if you haven't heard of it, it's Russian propaganda, right? Okay, so here we go. So the flamethrower drone conversion kit you never knew you needed is finally here. Let's watch this video. Did you watch the video, Frank? I didn't get a chance to. Let's watch this.
It's amazing.
This is amazing. All right, so the reason, like we talked about on the 4th of July, I was kind of making fun of some of the jurisdictions in the country that have made fireworks illegal. And I saw this and was like, oh, hell yes. Here we go. We're going to watch this. This is a drone with a flamethrower attached. And that's right. There you go. There you go. This is not a military grade. This is a consumer grade flamethrower for your drone.
Introducing the TF-19 Wasp drone flamethrower. The Wasp is built to withstand all sorts of conditions, both cold and hot. With 25 feet of range and 1 gallon of fuel capacity, the TF-19 Wasp can deliver over 1.5 minutes of continuous firing time. Designed to reach new heights, it wields an array of utility for professional users who demand tools that exceed expectations. Quickly refuel and make CG adjustments with one simple motion and no tools required. Thanks to its unique rail slider system, you will be hitting the sky within minutes of arrival on site. With an onboard FPV camera, pilots have a real-time view to navigate confidently through complex environments. Constructed from ultralight 3K carbon fiber, the TF-19 Wasp is built to support maximum flight time while holding strength paramount. Instantly deliver precision streams of fire with the TF-19's high-power plasma ignition system. A game changer for clearing vital infrastructure, igniting remote vegetation, and eliminating pests.
Whoa, wait a minute. Pause the video. Pause the video. Did he just say what I thought he said? It's a game changer for clearing vital infrastructure.
That's what he said.
You can keep going. I just want to point that out.
And he said eliminating pests. Don't forget. We can segue on that one. But yeah, that's what he said.
So,
That's what he said.
So you look at things like this and you have to understand. You understand why the credit card companies track your every purchase. You understand why Google tracks you. Because let's say you're an arsonist in this hypothetical scenario. You're an arsonist. You buy one of these things and you burn down a school. Could the police track you? Could they stop you? You drive your car 5 miles away, you fly this thing over, torch it, and then fly it back. No one's going to be able to get you. Not really. They can't track you. They don't know what's happening unless they know you bought this thing in the first place. So you start to sympathize with the credit card companies and the government and the CIA and Google and all this when you see things like this.
And this is badass. This just for the record. All right, so the only thing that makes me sad is it only holds 1 gallon of fuel. And you can only burn shit for a couple minutes. it's the part that makes me sad. Okay, there we go. We got 30 seconds of this video. Let's finish this up.
Versatile fit for any system and capable of any mission, no matter how tough.
There we go. So any mission, no matter how tough, and they had a hornet's nest that was kind of burned. Hornet's nest can be kind of nasty, but this is pretty amazing. Right? This is the TF-19 Wasp flamethrower drone. In case anybody's interested, it can spit hot fire at targets up to 25 feet away for up to 100 seconds on a single gallon of fuel. That's like I said. That's my problem. Only 100 seconds. Boo. But yeah, it's pretty badass. Like I said, okay, so not that I'm in like saying let's make more laws. I'm saying that shit like this is the reason we should have less laws, because this is amazing. This is pretty badass. Yeah. So clearing the...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you think about that. Pardon me for interrupting. You think about that. Having drugs illegal, a lot of people disagree with me on this issue. I don't care. Having drugs made illegal shows a fundamental distrust of the citizens. You're too stupid to use the drugs. You're going to kill yourself. Therefore, they're illegal. Having all this gun control, again, it shows a fundamental distrust of the citizens. You can't have a bump stock. You can't have all this kind of stuff. You're going to kill a bunch of people. It has to be illegal. Right? So these laws, it's a fundamental distrust of the people who may misuse this stuff. And you look at things like this, and again, this is why drones are being made illegal. This is why there's flight restrictions for all this stuff, because there's a fundamental distrust that people will misuse this thing. Even imagine this. You take a drone, you fill it with lead balls, you fly it 5 miles in the air, and you drop it. That causes a lot of damage. That could cause a big amount of damage. So again, I don't know if this is a good thing that we have so many laws or a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I think it's a bad thing. I mean, you can continue to make shit illegal. Because this is the problem, right? People do some dumb shit, and then they make it illegal. And then people do some more dumb shit, and they make it illegal. And it's always like, we don't like seriously punish the ones that dicked it up, right? We just punish the ones who haven't done it yet. And now you're not allowed to do it. Yeah, whatever. Larry wants to call this Devil's Night. It's pretty sick. Anyway, the TF-19 flamethrower drone, and there we go. How much does this cost? It costs around $1,500. There you go.
Yeah, no, just imagine something like that, except instead of flames, a pressure canister full of, spicy pepper sauce or some kind of nerve. I can't say that. I don't want to get kicked off
Don't
the
say
internet.
that. Don't
some
say
kind of
those
gas.
words.
Some kind of gas, and so you easily see how this can be misused, like pepper spray or something like that.
Yeah, like some sort of crowd control, right? Like you would think that maybe the military would use this sort of technology with something like you suggested, maybe at like an Area 51 type of event, where you don't want people to cross particular boundaries, so you just spray some shit in their face with a drone. Yeah, something non-lethal. Preferably. Ron, what's up? Says just waits for companies and the government to cover their own ass by saying it had a warning label and or a law for it. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. There's just too much cool shit to like make everything illegal. Yeah, and Darwin says not everyone is as badass as you, Frank. There it is. Kelly says they have drones that fire guns as well. Oh yeah, for sure. You mean not military, like for actual like consumer grade drones that fire guns? We'd like to see that link if you got that. But yeah, so Elon Musk did. Somebody mentioned that Mark said that get a free one with Elon Musk brain chip. Oh, which is coming out apparently. The Neuralink, the Elon Musk Neuralink is on the way. But yeah, so maybe you buy one, get a flamethrower free. What's that stupid, Frank? We have to.
Well,
come on.
Okay. I'll give you the reasons stupid in a second, the Neuralink. I'll give you the reasons overblown garbage. Let's play. I put a new link in the folder there talking about guns on drones. Let's play this one. Fireworks on drones shooting into a crowd. Pretty cool. Let's play this. I'll find that reason.
Okay, here we go. This is a okay. Frank was inspired. So now we have more drones firing things into the sky. All right, this is reported by dig.com. Everybody loves dig.com. Good drones make bad neighbors. Guy gets annoyed at his neighbor's loud party, attacks it with a fireworks drone. Oh, there's a video. Oh, come on, there's just a photograph here.
Oh, it's a video.
Is that a video? Oh shit, that's a video. Of course. Of course, Mike, you knucklehead. All right, here we go. Let's play this. All right, so this guy's flying the drone up in the air here, and shooting fireworks. Oh shit. Okay, there we go. This drone is actually shooting fireworks at his neighbor's party, and this is how you be a good neighbor, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why they make laws. God, really? Oh, come on. Why? Like you're gonna shoot somebody's eye out, right? And then that's that. It's a wrap. You get a murder charge. Come on. No. All right. All right, there we go. I didn't link it. If you guys want to check it out, it's pretty good. Oh boy! All right, so okay, back to the Neuralink real quick. Did you find it? Tell me you found it. All right, Darwin's saying if we're there, he's coming to Area 51. So do we need a meetup? What's up, Thomas? Thanks for being here. Let's see. Roman candle drone. Here we go. We got an armed drone from Ron. Thank you. Let's copy that. And Darwin says he'll be there. Where are you at, Darwin? Are you somewhere close? Or are you gonna be a crazy man and fly in from Boston or something? All right. Let's see. Let's put this up. We got a drone that's apparently shooting things. Let's check this video. Let's check this out. Thanks for the link. Oh boy. Facebook warning. Facebook link. All right, here we go. So this gun drone could replicate Army soldiers. There you go, Frank. Here's one for you. Here's one for you, buddy. Sharing the love. Sharing the love. Oh, Frank says
Discord's messing up again.
Okay, you're back. You're back. We're gonna play this real quick. This is this gun. This weaponized drone for the military can carry and fire guns. The TCAT 110-pound UAV has a breakthrough that backyard hobbyists have yet to match. Yes, that music is so damn loud. It can aim and fire using a robotic stabilizer that absorbs the recoil of its mounted gun. Holy shit. There we go, providing targeting accuracy and allowing it to quickly set up for the next shot. There you go. This is what Kelly was talking about. Thanks for links. Thanks for pointing this out. If deployed, it can allow soldiers to engage the enemy while reducing risk. Hey, man.
You know what?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's done.
I should have been a weapon designer, because that's the most poorly designed thing I've ever seen. If that gun was mounted on the same axis as the propellers, it wouldn't need all that recoil stabilization. It would just push it back, right? So you think about the balance of forces. If you had that gun located directly on the same axis those propellers were on, it would just push the drone back, but it would still hit where it's hitting, you know? So it seems pretty poorly designed to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but it was a drone and a gun, so I'm not sure the accuracy of the thing or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe we make our own, Frank. What do you think? Here in Nevada, where we actually have you can own machine guns, unlike your shitty blue state up there, where you have to have like 5 magazine capacity and shit. Yeah, no, we don't do that here. We don't do that here, at least not yet. But yeah, so Larry says weaponized drones are already illegal. There you are, Frank. So you have to work for the government. Are they? That's what Larry says. I would think they're already probably illegal. I mean, I don't know why you could sell the flamethrower one, but that's pretty awesome anyway. Yeah. So Ron says there's more available that he's allowed to post. So there's a ton of this stuff. Kelly says, yeah, check that link about a 17-year-old hook up a gun to a drone. Yeah. All right. It's out there. People are doing it. People are trying it. Okay, let's do the neural link real quick and then wind this up.
That's going to take longer. We'll save that for the next show, because it is a big topic. We don't have time, but we'll save that for the next show. I'll tell you why it's overblown garbage.
Okay, so it is one that we've been kicking around for a show or two, because we have so much shit we don't get to. But so if you didn't see it, Elon Musk has said that in the next year they will have the Neuralink available. So some sort of a thing that will attach to your brain and allow you to I don't know, to be determined, I guess. So it's not available yet, but they're testing it in rats. And so the first person that's going to stick this in their head after they've been testing it in rats, you're insane. You're a better man or woman than I. But okay, all right. All right. Yeah, no one calling in. Yeah. We got like a couple minutes left. If you want to squeeze a call, 702-957-1037. Just tell us we're full of shit. Say hi, whatever. All good. Just, yeah. Whatever. We're here.
I got a question for you on this whole topic. Can this is the problem. Can this regulation on things continue forever? Drones are illegal. Guns are illegal. Drugs are illegal. Going to Area 51 is illegal. Everything is illegal. Posting an image of a goddamn snake causing an earthquake is illegal. At some point, people are going to get fed up. It's just going to be too much. The pressure keeps building and building and building. And we've talked about this before. Even homeowners associations, you can't have a garden in your backyard. You can't collect rainwater. It seems to me there's just so much law everywhere. It stifles you. It feels like it's a cage contracting around you. I don't know if you're feeling this way, but I'm starting to, and it's getting ridiculous.
Well, that probably starts with that crappy state you live in. So if you ever decide to roam about, maybe try a red state, and you'll see there's less of that. I'm telling you, go to Arizona, and people don't wear motorcycle helmets there. I know you said it's the country where you're at and whatever, people don't do that shit, but in the city, if you don't, you get popped, right? And the cop sees you, woo! No can do, buddy. You cannot risk your own life, not on my watch. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah. So, Ash, what's up? He says he's let me go first, and I can enslave the rest of you. All right, we get a volunteer. So, Ash goes first into Area 51. All right, got it. Done. No problem. No problem. Ron says, I'll call again, but I rambled on last time. Yeah, all right. Give us a call. We'll wind it up with you. Yeah, Ash says, imagine living in California. I spent most of my life there. I know exactly what you're talking about. And Kelly says, that's right, Frank. I say, fuck the system. He's like, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Yeah, Ron says that. It's a double-edged sword, Frank. I can't openly talk about it on here, but I feel free to contact me on the subject. Okay? I think we may have some trouble brewing, let's say. No trouble here. No trouble here. Thomas, they have an algorithm that monitors what you're talking about, Frank. It's called the misery index, and they control it with efficiency. It's a misery index. I've never heard that.
Never heard that before. That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, it does. I didn't know that. And Chris, how about the big one? The earthquake coming up. Yeah, I don't know. That's another reason I moved out of California. That shit's about to go haywire. Yeah, we felt it here, but no. When that shit hits San Francisco, it's going to be ugly over there. Ash says, not going to Area 51. I meant the Neuralink. You're the first volunteer. Okay, all right. You want to be the AI? You want to interface with the singularity before it's a thing? All right, you're a better man than I. You sick bastard. All right, all right. Here we go. So if you're not calling in, we're winding this down. Anything, Frank? It seemed like we were quite rambly tonight.
Yeah, I think if you've hired our special correspondent, and we'll keep him anonymous. I know he wants to remain anonymous, but if you've got that guy on hook, we'll have to set up a show. So September 20th, 3 a.m., we'll do a live show. We'll curate the feeds. I'll be the guy at the news desk pulling them from Facebook here, pulling from YouTube here, and you'll be on scene, and we'll do a whole shebang, because I think this thing's going to be interesting in one way or another.
Yeah, so if we can, if at all possible, I'm going to go do some scouting and make sure we have actual internet to actually get this thing done. But so I will take the steps to make sure that if this is a thing and it's going to go down, we will have a presence there one way or the other. I don't know if I'm selling hot dogs and sodas or handing out beers, Bud Lights from the cooler, but we will be there at least getting video. If we can't do it live, we'll do some video and then talk about it on the next show. So yeah, there we go. Looking forward to that. So if this goes nuts, we should be there. Well, we should be there covering it. Chris says, I live right by I-5 where it's supposed to flood when it hits 105 miles from Lincoln County. I don't even know what that means. I-5 is California. Lincoln County is, I don't know. Oh, Lincoln City, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. With Jersey, what's up? Jersey Hot Boy is now following. He says, good evening, champ. Respect the hustle. Follow for follow. Showing love from Jersey City. What's up, Jersey Hot Boy? Hey, you're hustling it up late at night. Late at night. I swear I saw you out on the street today. Weren't you trying to sell me something too? All right, let's go. Oh, Oregon, says Chris. Okay. I-5, yeah, goes all the way up. All the way to Alaska here. Okay, all right. Oh, it was a 97. Okay, anyway, let's roll this, Frank. Here's the outro. You start.
Yeah, so Area 51, I think it's going to happen. I think people are going to storm the base. I truly believe it. A lot of people won't. A lot of people show up and have a good time, but I think there are people going in, and I'm laying my prediction now. They're going to offer a tour to select members of the public to stifle all of this down. So we'll see if that prediction comes true. We'll cover it either way, so stay tuned. Next episode, what do we got? Neuralink, we'll cover that. Moon landing, 50th anniversary of the moon landing. So let's get into some of those moon conspiracies. And of course, all this other crazy stuff we cover all the time. Drones with guns, drones, fireworks. It's a fun time. But that's the show. That's cool.
Don't forget the beer, Frank. Don't forget the beer. Guns, fireworks, and beer. It's like a new government agency. Yeah, so that's what's up. That's what we're doing. This is Troubled Minds Radio. If you guys like this type of stuff, right? Sometimes we get a little sloppy. We get a little sloppy, and we'll do it again. I can't promise to be good all the time, but hey, hopefully this is interesting stuff, and that's what we do it for. So if you want to help us, you know what to do. Go to troubledminds.org. That's the official website. Join the Discord. That's where a lot of conversation happens, and where we get a lot of the information we talk about, actually, because smart people like you that are listening say, hey, Mike, hey, Frank, have you heard of this? Did you see this? Links are dropping all the time in there, so check it out, come contribute, and join this smart discussion. It's happening on Discord. Find the link on troubledminds.org, top right. But otherwise, here we are. At the end. Darwin really wants to go to Area 51. He's the cheerleader. Excuse me, trying to make this happen. Yeah. We'll see. We're gonna keep an eye on it. Saul says Area 51, the new Burning Man festival. Right, just like Frank said earlier, we're gonna burn the alien. The alien effigy. Jesus. Alright. So we're gonna keep talking about this. And sometimes it's aliens and sometimes it's fireworks attached to a drone. Hey. Like I said, you can't be perfect all the time. So here we are. And in this, you're listening to Troubled Minds Radio. I'm your host, Michael Strange. And I'm here with your co-host, the magnificent Frank Pierce. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it a lot. Like and share and do all the things. And from our Troubled Minds to yours, have a great night. And Darwin says be there at the Area 51 event. I just want to be clear for the algorithms and the government that if you're listening, we're not encouraging this. We're saying that if this happens, we are interested in possibly covering the event as a journalist. That's all. This is not our meetup. Please. Algorithms that may be listening. Okay. There we go. Oh, geez. All right, we're out of here. Have a great night, guys. See you on Sunday.